Hey, fam, you know, I'm getting back to being made so you can, ooh la la, yeah, fam. Remember one thing, the Steelers are not better than 49ers, even without Nick. I'm a little concerned about no Nick and no George, but still, let us not get into grieving too hard. All right, it's another Nickless day. It's like 49er Savage says, hey, we just got to wrap ourselves around the fact that Nick is not a part of the team right now. We got to move on. We got an agenda. We got a goal to reach. Stop whining. Stop crying. I'm getting all this out before show gets here and burns the whole house down. But I'm telling you right now, unfortunately, though, the reality is, with just 5 days before the season opening kickoff between the Steelers and the 49ers, Ian Rapport of the NFL Network is reporting, just to make matters worse, the 49ers and star edge Nick Bosa need a significant breakthrough to get him back on the field. What in the hell is it? What is it? He's already going to be the highest paid guy. You know, if the 49ers are falling below that, they've screwed up. So the little nuances and things like that, is that what it is? What is it? Why? The guys can't wait any longer, though. And they have to prep without one of the top defenders for opening day. But anyway, you know what? Go on to the phones for your thoughts on the latest no Nick yet news. I just want to get a heat check and see how you're feeling, fam. I want your mood to be right, all right? Because we got to get in there and believe. We send out that biorhythm that actually makes a difference, okay? Don't be thinking too many negative thoughts. Don't listen to people like, you know, the usual suspects. They have no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, we're about to watch the 49ers board the plane without Nick, most likely for the trip to Pittsburg, PA. You know? So, oh, by the way, the Niners got rid of 2 players today. Good luck to defensive back A.J. Parker and kicker Zane Gonzalez. Both players were on season-ending IR, and the team reached an injury settlement with each guy and said, go out there and fly, guys. Sorry it couldn't work out here. So, you know, Matthew Wright, though, the Niners did recently sign Matthew as to the practice squad as an insurance. If Jake Moody, I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to tell you the truth about it. I hope Jake Moody sits this game out. I do not want to open the game with trauma. Right? I mean, we get in the game, and it's going to be a tough game. No doubt about it. But I still think the 49ers are the toughest. When you think about the continuity of this team, you want to hear somebody talk really good about the 49ers if it's not a 49er fan? Watch Lake Tomlinson talk about the 49ers. The way he breaks it down, the 49ers are friggin' invincible. And he just wasn't blowing smoke. He just went right down the line. He said, Christian McCaffrey is this and this. You got George Kittle. You got Debo Samuel. He says, I do think that the kid, the quarterback, is what he appears to be. He's just, Tomlin's going all and down it. He said they didn't get to be the number one defense. Just to be calling them that yes, they're going to prepare for Nick Bosa because they talked about T.J. Watt came in the 11th hour and said, stop, give me the papers, sign, let's go. And he came in, he was T.J. Watt, and that's what guys like that do. And I said, I'm thinking, you know what, Coach? That offense, as long as Christian McCaffrey's out there, I'm concerned about the fact that George Kittle may not make this game, but as long as Christian McCaffrey's out there, Debo and Ayuk, I don't care. As long as, and by the way, I hope Kyle Shanahan has the wherewithal and a good sense to realize, give Juice some work. Give it to him, Kyle. If George isn't playing, he's running around out there open all the time. You make sure that Brock Purdy is aware of the fact that most likely he's open. Anyway, Niners are still holding out hope, though, that Nick will be available for the Week 1 road game against the Steelers. That game is just, as you know, 5 days away, and the rest of the team must be ready to play without him. Talanoa Hufanga chimed in on that. I'm just going to go through a lot of things were said by a lot of the players, but let's not go through all of it. Talanoa Hufanga was telling reporters in the 49ers locker room after yesterday's workout, quote, for us, we got to play with who we got. And who we got is a lot. We don't need to worry too hard. I'm just saying we're worried a little too much. Nick Bosa is part of the team, but he's not the whole team. We would love to have Bosa, obviously, going on with what Talanoa said. I think that's a no-brainer, best defensive player in the NFL, and it shows. And fam, after a 41-day holdout, you've already fully committed to your objective. Nick Bosa's not coming back. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's no way in hell Nick Bosa stops what he's doing after he's done all he's done. He doesn't mind losing $1 million a week. Doesn't matter to him. $17 million contract. He loses $1 million. And by the way, that'll be waived. And he knows that as well. 49ers aren't going to do anything to piss him off at that point. And he'll just come on in and play. I'm hoping he goes ahead and says, all right, fine, guys. Let's go. I mean, you guys, you know what? I mean, this pot better sweeten for me for some other things. And the 49ers could do that for Nick. Say, Nick, get 10. Nick, whatever you're talking about here, 10 sacks. And you will get that amount that you're asking for. And I'm at a couple of million more, okay? That's all the incentive package I ask. Can we do that? Because you got two sides, fam. It's a rock versus a hard place. Man, the 49ers are not going to budge. And the Bosa's credo is, Bosa's don't budge. So we do have, but unless, as I say, Nick does a TJ Watt and comes charging into the office like a Lone Ranger 11th hour and says, let's stop this madness outside, let's go. Nick is waiting and continuing to wait until the 49ers and the agent agree on a new contract, one that will likely make him one of the highest, if not the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. So Talanoa went on by saying, quote, for us, we've just got to prepare as if he's not going to be here. He's not, Talanoa. He's not. He's just not. So you guys go out there and just be grizzly, be yourself. I do wish, though, D'Amico was here for this. One more week, and then he could go back to Texas. Obviously, he goes on to say, obviously, that's an upper echelon question. That's a front office question. And so for me, I don't know if I can answer anything else on that. But once he's here, we'd love to have him, unquote. As you know, family, the rhetoric we got from Jeremy Fowler over the weekend is he reported that a deal between the 49ers and Bosa is likely to get done. But his availability for week one is not guaranteed. For sure, it isn't. Niners would like to push this through before week one, but not a slam dunk. You remember that? A deal of this magnitude has a lot of nuance to it that they have to shake out with the structure, the guarantees, and blah, 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 blah. So, it's just one of them things that we're going to have to endure. But I still see the 49ers winning this game. If nothing else, coming in fighting like a wounded animal. And knowing the Bosa's credo, as I mentioned, they don't budge. They're not going to budge, fam. They don't mind losing money. It's what they do. When it comes to contracts, they play seriously tough. And their agent is just like them. Hell, he might be a Bosa. But, I just hope I'm hoping we have a defensive strategy that's going to be potent enough to band-aid the wounded Niners personnel-wise. The Niners are currently, the number hasn't changed, though. And Vegas knows that Bosa's not coming back. 2.5-point favorites over the Steelers continues to be the case. So, fam, my question tonight is, are you feeling confident? Are you feeling burly? Are you feeling like, hey, we're 49ers, man. Pickett ain't seen nothing like what he's going to see in the first week of this game. And I figure the 49ers are going to be a little more aggressive than they usually would be. Now, that to me, translate in my mind, is really being vicious. Because with Nick, you can almost play comfortably. Now they're going to be on edge. Now they're going to get tested in week one. Now is when you're going to see how fierce that character really is. I expect a lot of blitzing. And I don't know if Pickett's will be able to pick it up or not, but one thing we did have is problem with the zone. They did pick us apart a little bit in preseason, and that was something that people were concerned about. I think by now, as Coach said, no, I didn't address that yet. Don't worry, I'm going to do that. And we were going to do it last week, and he didn't get around to doing it. I don't blame Coach Wilson. I don't need to show you every damn thing in preseason. And I'm glad he didn't. Now, if the Steelers are preparing for something they saw in preseason, they're going to get an ass whooping. That's all there is to it. And it could be serious. As far as the 49ers offense, I don't care that I really don't care that that offense is not going to be stopped, fam. I'm confident. I'm more confident about this year's offense than ever. Why? Because of what Tomlin said about Christian McCaffrey. He is a triple threat out there at all times. when you got that going on, he draws too much attention. Now I got a quarterback that actually could do a little extra to make sure that while everybody's doing what they're doing, he could get away for just a minute. If he needs to buy a second to wait for Ayuk, he's learned from the elbow shot. Bam. Step up in the pocket, Brock. Step up in the pocket. Take a good look around. You'll find your guy. It's like Kyle Shanahan has always said, my offense, that's why he's kind of cocky. No, there's always a guy open. And he says that with a straight face. He's not smiling. He's serious. There's always a guy open, and he's right. How many times have we looked on the field and seen guys waving, standing all by themselves? There's always a guy open. If Brock Purdy can comprehend that at his young age and little experience, the 49ers will romp. We were a 22-point favorite, 20 points or so before Christian McCaffrey came into the scene last year. We jumped to 30. We'll fall to 25 minimum tomorrow, because I say that because the Steelers defense is tough. They are. So, but that Michael Tomlin presser sold me. 49ers are respected and feared around the NFL, as well they should be. So, Fam, I'm going to get your thoughts on it, though. Let it all out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I called to talk to you, so we can get this off our chest. Ignore young Montana. The guy's a clown. He used to be a 49er fan. Just don't feed the troll. Right? All he is a troll now, anyway. So, Jack, come on in, Jack.
Mute off. There we go, baby. There we go. You put the mute off last, man. I'm over here blasting away like a zombie at 4:43 in the morning.
I appreciate you, Jack, because I want to hear it, too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I listen, man, so much is going on. I mean, even if Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp is debating if it's LeBron or Michael. Meanwhile, Skip is showing me why I like Undisputed so damn much. But I want to talk about something before I start. You know what I'm saying? Our brother from Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Crawford's trainer, Bomac, has been imprisoned in the UK while training Chris Eubank Jr.
Damn.
And Bomac is facing 5 years in prison because he left his gun, which is legal in America, in his suitcase as he was going back to America. So, really quick, I just want to say, man, it's a racist system out here, and I'm going to expose this shit. Everybody should expose this shit. 99.9% of the judges are white, and us colored men are targeted. So for the pettiest shit, you know what I'm saying? Other people get away, and I love my white folks. Shout out to all the white folks, but man, it's some bad stuff going on out here that needs to get exposed. You know what I'm saying? But yes. Talk about Debo and Kay Adams' interview, man. Did you see that, Rambo?
No, you know what? I was about to, and then I was prepping up for this program, but I did see that. Tell me about it. Give it briefly.
I'm telling you, man, Debo had Kay blushing, man. And you know what? First, she started off by saying, oh, my nephews and I don't know if it was her kids or nephews, but we love you, Debo, so much. And she was putting pictures up of him half-assed naked with his shirt off saying, oh, you're going to send it.
Like Kyle had to put up
the reason what it was, if you notice, if anybody's seen that video or interview, is that Debo's kitchen, I mean, that boy is spending money. I don't know where he lives at, but goddamn, his kitchen looked way better than her trashy kitchen. And I think that's why she was like, damn, who is this guy? He's spending his money wisely, and it's showing because he's making that girl blush. And that's Kay Adams, y'all. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Good interview. Check that out, man. But Nick, Ronbo, you got to give Nick his .001 shares, man. Come on. I keep telling y'all, Aaron Rodgers tried to do it. Everybody's doing it. Nick ain't budging. He wants .001 shares. He wants to be a very small owner. Give him the goddamn thing, or give him the $4 million. Because I'm telling you, Rambo, in a decade or two, the players and former players are going to get together and they're going to open up their own league and boycott the NFL, man. What you think? I'm real
concerned about that. I do think the players. This could be a new trend that's going to catch on fire in years to come. You go ahead and you say, look, you can wait a year, I can wait a year. It's no problem for me.
Deion Sanders got me believing this week. I mean, I'm so the juice is inside me that anything is possible, man. He's not Nick Saban. He's not Lincoln Riley, Chip Kelly, and the list goes on and on. He's different. He's built different. Everything he touches, Rambo, turns to gold. I mean, and he's letting you know he's doing it his way, and he's gonna win his way and do it unapologetically. You know, so that's why I'm saying we gotta just do something outside of the box, Jed York. You know what I'm saying? Sign his ass, trick his ass. Okay, you messing with us. Get us 3 first-round picks for Nick Bosa, $30 million. Give me a first-round pick and maybe a third-round pick like the Jets were doing if Debo balls out. And then we got 2 picks there, and I've got $30 million. Like I'm telling you, do something different because I'm telling you, man, the way Dion's doing it, it makes me feel this type of way, Ronbo.
Yeah, they went to TCU and said, no, we're not here to get beat. They got a couple of games coming up they're going to be challenging. But everybody's on the Dion and Colorado train. You're right.
I mean, it's just you know, it's just something new. I mean, this has never been done before. And, man, it's just so inspirational to see, you know, a brother do it. And I'm just really excited. But George Kittle, I hope this doesn't linger on into the season. You know, they're talking about he might miss week 1 along with Nick Bosa.
Well, they don't want to risk it.
Is this going to be a trickle effect? You know what I'm saying? Is this gonna, other people going to get injured like that one year where Nick Bosa did get hurt? But that's maybe what the front office is saying. This dude is do-it-edgery, man. If we give this guy all the damn money and he gets injured, then what, Ronbo?
Well, that's what Joey did. Remember, he held out for a long period of time. I think he went into the season. And then Joey immediately got laid out, you know, and up. And it is a frightening thing to deal with. If you're Jed sitting there saying, guys, listen, don't play with my money. And the FO said, well, what the hell are we supposed to do? Nick, listen, here's where we can go. You got to draw a line in the sand, Nick. You know, and his agent said, well, we drew a line in the sand already. They're both stubborn. The 49ers do not get beat on these contracts. Well, wait a minute. D Ford beat him. I don't know.
God damn. But finishing it off, man, with a little sprinkle, man. DJ Reed, who we drafted from Bakersfield, California, who shined with the Seahawks, is now with the Jets with Robert Saleh, is done. Lost his mind. Talked about they have everything in the making of the greatest defense ever. Oh. I mean, I know you got Aaron Rodgers in the building, DJ, but come on, man. There's a couple times, even when we went to the Super Bowl, even with Harbaugh, and this last time where I think our defense was way underrated, man. It could have been, and if we would have, I think it was Armstead, if he would have got Patrick Mahomes in our last Super Bowl and he didn't throw that to Tyreek where Jimmy Ward, you know, just was dangling around, damn. Talk about
that was Nick that got held on that
defense that would have been in the books.
Yeah. Yeah, they were holding. I know what you're talking about the Super Bowl, right?
But I think Armstead came around the side and almost got him.
Yeah.
He let it go to Tyreek. I got to look at that again, but I think it was Armstead, man. But, man, that was a hell of a defense, man, and that could have – if he would have hit him there, they would have had no chance to get back at us. It was when Tyreek caught that ball, and I don't know what the hell Jimmy Ward was thinking, man, but that could have been one of the best defenses ever, too, with Richard Sherman in the building. And talk about Richard Sherman coming from Seattle to win that Super Bowl, man, that would have been so epic, man. I would have been so happy.
Go ahead and get into your day. We got to pull up, though.
Richard Sherman's predicting we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, y'all. So stay excited, baby.
This is all going to get ironed out.
On the way. Love y'all.
We're still going to be fierce. All right. Jack, appreciate you, fam. You know, love you getting up that early for us.
And please don't bring no guns to the UK, y'all.
I don't know what. You know what? That's just, you got to worry about that kind of thing. You don't do it. All right. Anyway, Jack, have a great day, fam. All right.
God bless you.
And here we go. And we get to see Phil before his show shows up. It is Chill Pill Phil. Phil, come on in.
Hey, Rambo.
Hello, Phil.
How you doing?
I could be a lot better. I'll be at this time next week. I got to feel I'll still be smiling. Well, you know what? We don't need anybody to help us beat the Rams. I'm fine. I can last a little while longer. I don't want to go into week 3.
I think the Rams can beat with our third string.
I
But
know we don't need to start everybody against the Rams. Actually, Cooper
yeah,
Kupp's not even
I mean,
playing,
we
most
could take
likely. Yeah,
an off day.
yeah.
Especially with
uh,
Cooper Cupper.
Cooper?
I mean,
Cooper's got some kind of serious hammy going on. He's going to see a
yeah, he's
specialist.
got a hamstring. It's reactivated, so
You know how that goes.
he
You
may
can't.
not play for the first few weeks.
Yeah.
So
So that
you
4
know,
wins is what is
I-
real.
I'm hoping George can play this weekend.
Would you chance it though,
Because
Phil? It's tender. I don't. What if he goes out there and really aggravates it?
but you know what? Pittsburgh's linebackers are so poor. We
Yeah.
can take advantage of them with McCaffrey and Kittle in the lineup.
I can do it with Juice. I see somebody sit back and
What?
block. I think they can get that done with Juice as well. Use check.
No, Juice too, but I mean,
And you got
their
Debo.
linebackers are really weak.
Oh, that's
and
all
that's
I
where
need
you
to know.
want to attack.
Reminds me of the Rams.
So, but anyway, you know what? It is what it is. And hopefully we sign Nick. You know, we can still got time. And who knows what the situation is? Nobody knows. So,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just speculation because it's airtight. They're not letting anything out. So
is it Nick asking for too much money, or is it the 49ers trying to, you know,
there's so
tighten
many
the
there's
screw?
so many rumors out. I mean, somebody said that Nick wants a shorter contract.
Because
same
nobody
amount of
knows
money.
nothing, and that's why they fire out shit.
Yeah,
So,
you know, maybe Nick just wants
I mean,
felt lining in his locker or something. It could be something silly. Who knows?
really, I don't know. I'm sure if it's that, we'd take care of it, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, you know. So because the
You know,
Bosses have a
I
thing
think
about
it's
this.
like I want to be the highest paid defensive player, and the Niners say, you know, the guy
Phil-
from the Rams won 3 MVPs,
Yes.
defensive players of the year.
Yes.
Before he got that contract,
Yeah.
he won 1. You know, that's the whole thing. So,
I bet that is it. Well, you know what? Give him 31.5. The market actually does dictate that you should pay that much if you're going to go around the best DPOY and that type of thing. You got to give it to him.
I think the Rams screwed up everybody.
No, they
honestly.
always do. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And now they're paying for it.
Yeah,
So,
and nobody wants to go down that hellhole with them. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what the Niners are fighting for. They want to keep Trey Greenlaw. All right?
As
If
well they
Nick
should.
Bosa gets this big contract, Trey Greenlaw is probably the next up to get cut.
Which is why we got 2 kids
So-
who are training up now. Exactly
And I
right.
would
I can
ask
see you.
Nick, go up to Trey and say, you're getting cut because I want more money. So,
Yeah. It's just. It's
and then
just-
don't win.
Yeah. You know, we weren't going to go 17-0 anyway, Phil. I just don't want to start off the season with that bad taste in my mouth. You know.
Well,
So-
I mean, Pittsburgh's going to be a tough game anyway. Honestly,
I know
they're going to be a tough game.
it is fourth quarter. That's
But,
who's going to win it. It's going to be in the fourth.
Honestly, I still don't think that we don't end up the best record in the NFC.
You say we don't end up with the best record in the NFC because there are people out there saying
I
the
don't
Hawks are
think
going to win the
we
division.
Won't end up in the NFC. I
Yeah.
think we're the best team.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, man for man,
know,
there is no
everybody-
better team. That's just too much. The Niners
you
are
know,
just
the
loaded.
two most overrated quarterbacks in the NFC, Jalen Hurts and Geno Smith. Honestly.
No special order. It's you know what? No, Geno's number 1 and Jalen's number 2. They had no schedule to play last year
Geno
in
has
Philly,
played 10 years in the league and has 1 good year.
and he slid
And
in the second
Jalen
half of last
Smith
season,
has had
Phil.
3 years in the league and has one good year. Hello, and now they're the best things since sliced bread. I mean, give me a break. And they criticized Brock Purdy.
Oh, yeah.
He had one great year.
Yeah. Half a
Hello.
season. Yeah. I really don't put that in. I laugh at that kind of stuff. And by the way, Geno looked like butt cheeks coming down the second part of that season anyway. His record went way below 500 after that.
No kidding.
I forgot
no kidding, Rambo. Yeah. So, you know what? Two overrated quarterbacks. And they say Brock Purdy's too small. Brock Purdy's 6'1", 220. Jalen Hurts is 6'1", 223.
How tall was
Give me
Joe?
a break.
Was Joe 6'2"?
Huh?
Was Joe Montana, was he 6'2"?
I don't know, but Joe didn't have the arm strength.
And Joe wasn't a big guy either, by any standard. Remember, used to be jokes about Joe's legs.
He had it between the ears.
Exactly. I'd
That's
rather have
the most
brilliance.
important thing about quarterbacks.
Absolutely. I'd rather have the brilliance than the athleticism. Because look at Josh Allen.
Come on.
That's a perfect example of what we're talking about. He's got all the tools physically in the world. Josh Allen makes some really silly mistakes. Turns
the ball over a lot.
Oh.
Look at Dak. Look at Dak Prescott. Led the league.
Another physical specimen.
Come on.
Yeah. So, that's not going to win you games. You got to know what you're doing out there.
Turning the ball over is the worst thing you can do as a quarterback. Now, Mahomes has it all. We all agree.
Yeah. He's the perfect package. Nobody's going to argue that.
He's got the ability to escape.
And
he's got the ability to throw it off angle. He's got it all. No doubt. But there's not too many quarterbacks that do.
There's not another Mahomes. He's the only one, and that's why the only reason the rest of these guys out here, they're wanna be Mahomes.
Kansas City is one injury away from having a disaster season.
And that better not be Mahomes. Or they're dead meat.
If Mahomes if he gets injured, they're done.
In a heartbeat.
So
I
don't want to, say Mahomes is going to get injured.
No, but
I don't think so. But
you're just looking at the brevity of he should go down. That'd be it. Phil, Friday. We're going to see what develops between now and then we're going to give our scores.
All right, Ronbo.
Our
I'm
predictions.
hoping Nick is signed. I'm hoping we go into this game healthy, and then we tear Pittsburgh apart.
I know, and shock everybody because a lot of people are picking Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, all the negative losers out there. Anyway,
we'll see.
Rambo, I've got the cup half full still.
All right,
okay,
just keep it right there, and we're gonna be okay. We missed you for
all
a couple
the way
of programs.
To the Super Bowl, all the way to number 6.
I'm not no doubt about playoffs. I just want to be at home for the playoffs is the thing. So, all right. Can't ask for anything.
All right, Rambo.
Appreciate you, Phil. Talk to you just a bit.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bye.
Phil. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad. Here comes Big Show to brace yourself. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. I'm ready, Show.
Wow, you actually put some soul into that. I appreciate that.
I love you, Show. You bring a certain amount of fun with your takes on these things, painful as they are. But what are you thinking, Joe?
I have a simple observation and take as to why Nick Bosa isn't playing yet.
All right.
You want to hear it?
I'm ready. I do.
We can't afford him.
It's so funny. I didn't expect you to say that, though. We budgeted. Tomlin, remember he said that.
Well, he lied to us again.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to hear the cap hits of next year in 2024?
I know we're already under.
Really quickly?
I mean, I know we're over, should I say.
Trent Williams is $28 million.
Oh.
Deebo Samuel is $28.5 million. Eric Armstead is $25.6 million. Fred Warner is $24.4 million.
Oh.
George Kittle is $19.8 million.
Oh.
Ja'Marcus Ford is $17.9 million. Chris McCaffrey is $14.1 million.
Oh.
Brandon Ayuk is $14.1 million minus the fifth-year option.
We haven't signed him yet.
And a lot of people on here are going to call and say, well, you can restructure some of those contracts, but that later also bites down the line. Yeah. And puts us further and further into cap hell. And once those players are gone, we'll still be paying for them. And it should Brock Purdy be this quote-unquote real deal that everyone says he is and actually wins us the Super Bowl and or wins us a few playoff games, he's going to want something north of $40 million plus $50 million, something like that. And if we pay Nick Bosa the bag, how are we going to afford that?
But then how are they going to afford it in the first place then? Because they went into this negotiation. They didn't cut anybody. They didn't let anybody go. So I don't know. I think they had a plan.
They had a plan, but they blew it up by signing Hargraves. Excuse me.
Yeah, but they did that in the first place. They did that before anything
They
else.
shouldn't have gave that money towards Nick Bosa, knowing he had a contract coming up and he had to be paid. And look at where we are now.
Well, you got to blame Javon Hart. Not Javon. The one that was supposed to do well at pick number 13.
And you know what happens? You know what happens if this goes on into week 2 and we lose week 2? His price just keeps going up.
No. Losing the Rams, I'll have to do the show with the bag on my head. That would be the embarrassment of the friggin' last 2-3 years. Oh.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford's going to have a field day without the pressure coming to him.
Well, wait a minute. Now, Matthew Stafford does not have Cooper Kupp. Now, after that, the rest of those guys become average. And Matthew Stafford is having some kind of a generation problem with the players he's got.
He doesn't need Cooper Kupp if Nick's not there.
I can't wait to see what that pass rush looks like without Nick.
And if it goes on into week 3 and we lose against the Giants, then his price just went on up.
Yeah, he can't keep raising the price because he knows he can't get $40 million from anybody. So
those are the Bosas, Ronbo. They don't budge. He needs to say, have me there. I carry this team. I'm the quarterback of this team. That's what he's going to say.
Yeah, I know. He knows his value.
And fortunately, if the 49ers don't budge either, then by the trade deadline, if he's still on the field, then just cut ties with him, unfortunately.
When do you think, so just from that, though, when do you think the 49ers would start entertaining trade offers? I imagine it wouldn't go to week 8, like you're saying, unless we're winning all the way.
Go a lot earlier than that, honestly, because they have a set price and they have to think about the future, Rambo. Like, yes, it's today right now, but they also have to start thinking about the future and the contracts that are blowing up next year, and also the draftees that are going to be coming in next year. How are we going to afford to pay them next year?
I know we got all our picks too. I forgot about that. Oh, God.
Everyone has a budget on this program, and we stick to our budget. We can't go, and the 49ers have a budget as well, and you can't go over the budget,
Well, there's way you can manipulate the numbers. I'm not that, there's still ways to hide. I mean, the Rams did it for like 3 years. So,
yeah, and then look at them now.
Oh, yeah.
We end up being like,
You got to make some cuts and drops along the way. You don't just keep everybody there at premium prices. That was stupid.
I mean, we'll be in complete rebuild mode if we do that.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. And Shanahan will be gone. You wish that, Joe. Shanahan will be gone should they go into rebuild mode. Because there's no need for him now. Because we already rebuilt with them once. They got to go another route. Enter Deion Sanders, 49ers. Wouldn't that be something?
Honestly, I don't know about you, Rambo, but I believe Coach Prime is going to be an NFL coach within the next 2 years.
Who?
I really do. Coach Prime, Dion.
Oh yeah.
He goes like,
that's a good name for Coach Prime.
Really,
yeah, he'll be a pro at some point because he gets a lot of respect from everybody in football.
He turned that Colorado program around completely.
I mean, all the way. How many players left that school last year? About 14?
And he's brought in a lot of recruits as well.
That's what I'm saying. He brought in new meat. And look what he did with them.
Yep. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents tonight.
All right, Joe. And
we support him. And a lot of people can sweet talk you, and that's not the case. Yeah. You know, where's the money coming from? I just read you the cap issues that we're going into next year. Like, where's this? We have like what, 10.1 million right now. Where's this money coming from? All that's going to be gone towards by the end of next year. By next year.
Well, yeah. Even with the expansion of the cap, I know.
Oh, and really quick before I go, Jack had mentioned Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison introduced me, and that's out for the entire 2023 college football season. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back one more year just to resalvage his draft stock and become a number 1 pick again.
By the way, is Caleb Williams? Is he a sophomore or junior?
I believe he's a junior. But he doesn't want to go to the Cardinals. I know that for sure.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I could see Caleb Cardinals get number 1 pick. I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna stay in school another year.
Yeah, exactly what he's gonna do.
I would. I definitely. All right, Joe.
Oh.
All
right.
I'll see you Friday for your final prediction.
That's all. Shout out to Papa Dragons and that clown JJ. Sheik and everyone else. I'll take care. Have a great night.
Good night, Joe. He wasn't as brutal as he can be tonight. We can appreciate that. I got Hayden on the line. Hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Long time no see, Hayden. You're sounding more grown up than even last time.
I know. Last time I talked to you was the Cowboys game. That was a long time ago.
It wasn't that fun. Well,
now,
changed since then.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Rambo.
I'm listening.
I don't know what Kyle's doing, Rambo. I've lost hope with that Rambo. Well, I haven't lost hope, but I think he's just, I don't know, Rambo. He's confusing me. I think he has a plan, and then he goes on there, and he's like, oh, well, I really wanted Mac Jones. It's like, oh, God.
You know, hey, you should be in that front. You and I, it'd be fun to be in that front office as flies on the wall and listen to some of the things that are being said, because Kyle did not admit to that way back when. And then all of a sudden, when things aren't working out well, I was torn between both, and I said, what? Really? Well, there are a lot of people who said that, and I didn't believe it. Now we know. Our guys lie like everybody else in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I you would think they were going to sign them, but I don't know. But I think Kyle, and I don't know. Do you think, if we make the playoffs but lose, he'll get – I don't think he'll get fired if we do that,
No.
But I don't know.
Judge don't like him because
a lot of people
we compete. As long as we're competing, he's not going to get fired. Jed's a little different about that. I remember Jed was his babysitter.
Oh,
Or was it Jed?
But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna roll the Steelers over, but it'll be a good game. But I see them winning. I don't see the Steelers defense
stop the 49ers offense. I agree. Who's gonna stop the offense?
It's like people forget what Purdy did last year. When you really think about it, Mr. Irrelevant, third string guy comes in there and beats talented defenses. You know what I mean?
And made it look easy at a couple of occasions.
I know.
So I'm not worried about him.
And people are forgetting about Christian McCaffrey real quick. He was catching touchdowns, running for touchdowns, throwing a few touchdowns.
It looked like he knew exactly what he was doing, and on numerous occasions when the heat was on. I mean, it was a rush on him on times. Oh, Jesus. And he got it out and accurately to the right guy. So his confidence looks even bigger now, too.
Yeah, and Kittle and Purdy were lighting it up last year. So if Kittle's he's probably not going to play week 1, maybe, but
no,
I'm not too worried if he doesn't play. But I want him to play week 2, though, for sure. Yeah, I'm not too worried about T.J. Watt. If I'm being honest, I'm not.
Well, you got to.
And Purdy just always—it's weird. Like I was rewatching last year, and I was like, he just like looks so like calm and like I don't know, it's weird. Like he just like it wasn't.
Hey, think about it for a minute. He's pissed off, number one, that he went last in the draft. And he's sitting there thinking, you know what, there's a lot of guys out there I can play quarterback better than, and I'm the last guy picked in the draft, and I'm sitting on this bench as a scout team quarterback. I'll wait till and he got his chance, and now Brock Purdy's out to prove, look, you guys made a friggin' mistake. I can play this game. And that's why it looks like he does.
Well, it's kind of weird, though, because, like, you look at his college highlights, and he's like, dude, you're pretty good, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it was like, I mean, I get he's, like, shorter and stuff, but. And they say he can't throw a deep ball, but most of his touchdowns they were either a goal line or a few deep balls. So I don't know why people didn't.
Another thing, Kyle doesn't want you out there showing off your arm. Kyle, the reason why YAC is king in San Francisco is by design. It's not because we're avoiding throwing the ball downfield. People don't understand that even now. They're still wanting to push the ball way downfield. We got some of the best guys that you get the ball in their hands that can get you huge yards in a heartbeat. Why do I need to risk the high percentage? This is a low percentage still going downfield anyway. It's like a 30-something percent maybe of that being completed all the time. Kyle's going for that 75 to 80%. If you got Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, why the hell are you throwing the ball way downfield? Give them the damn ball and let them tear a defense apart. In space, those guys are invincible.
That was their.
That's what the 49ers do.
Yeah, but I think Devo's going to have a breakout year this year because he was good in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he was like, he wasn't bad, but you know what I mean? Like, I think he's going to do really good this year.
He was fat and out of shape last year. He's ready now.
Yeah. I don't know, Rambo. I think we're going to do good, but we got to get that Nick Bosa situation figured out. Cause
I know. At
some
point, I'm going to do like I do Jake Moody. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to stop thinking about it. I hate things that bother me, you know? And Nick's bothering me. Jake Moody is bothering me. So I don't think about him.
Yeah. Just like sign him, please. We need him. On defense.
We got a kicker. We're okay with that. I mean, he used to be in Pittsburgh, Hayden. So I kind of like the way the 49ers are thinking of that. Let's sign a kid from Pittsburgh. He knows the wind conditions. He knows the field. Let's go ahead and do that.
Isn't Pittsburgh close to Philly?
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania. I mean, I don't know how close they are together, but they're in the same state.
Well, Purdy got hurt in Philly, so.
Oh yeah, well, but that was
what game do we play Philly? Week
13. You got plenty of time.
13, yeah.
Nick will be playing no matter what, because he's got to come back by week 8 or just loses his entire year of salary.
No, I'm just talking about Purdy's revenge game. That will be his.
Oh yeah, hey, the entire team, Hayden. Oh, they can't wait to play Philly. Oh yeah.
God, I watched that game again. I was like, dude, it just like nothing went right. Like nothing. Like all of our quarterbacks got injured in like 2 quarters. It's like ridiculous.
What are the odds?
All of our.
And
I remember like and then Christian McCaffrey's all trying to play as a quarterback. I'm like, oh my god.
But look at him, Hayden. That's why Christian McCaffrey. He got a touchdown on his own. Christian McCaffrey on his own.
Yeah, I know.
Touchdown.
Literally on his own.
I'll tell you what, that's the best deal made in the last 5 years by any team.
Yeah. And a lot of people were like, I don't know, but you don't hear no one saying that now.
They get argued down. Christian McCaffrey is the nitro. We already had the glycerin. Now that offense is extremely explosive. Yeah.
One last thing, because I didn't talk to you about the Trey Lance thing. I've been gone for, I don't even know. I don't know how long.
Well, listen, you know what?
I don't know. That was pretty bad, Ronbo.
That's a whole show in itself. But listen, Hayden, we're going to run out of time. We already ran out of time. Come on back with that Friday. Since you're back, got time for us?
Yeah, I'll
Give
see
us
you
that
Friday.
score.
I'm back.
All right, Hayden. Appreciate you, fam. Talk to you in a bit.
Later, Ronbo.
Later. There's Hayden. Oh, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need some donuts and Tanisha. DT. Do donut, Tanisha, Nisha, donut. Hey, donut, where you at? I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna give up on. I gotta hear you tonight, man. Charles, come on in. I wonder if I'm having system problems. We never had people 2 silents in a row. Charles? Charles. Charles. All right. Let's go here. Michael, Michael, are you there? Oh, we're back to Donut and Tanisha. Donut.
My bad on that. But I'll say, hey, we said we woke up this morning and I got out of bed. I said a big old cup of coffee to fill our head. We've been gone for a while, that is the fact. But we are back saying, what's up with that? Ooh-wee. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
I say, ooh-wee. What's up with that? What's up with that? We've been gone for a while, now we back with a smile. What's up with that? I say, what's up with that? You know we gon' do good. You know we gon' score big. What's up with that? I say, what's up? I say, Ronbo Production and Faithful, we're back and we're what's up with that?
Yes!
I say, Gene D. I say, Gene D and Rudy and Mr. Marketing Slow. I seen y'all on the checks on a couple of months after we been gone, but we back with Fury. Yeah! What's up, Faithful?
Hey, man, I'm telling you what, Donut, you're just what the doctor ordered. Because, we have some issues, and they're starting to bother the happy. And you know what, bro? I still don't think the Steelers could be weak and still be okay against the Steelers. It's going to be a tough game because the Steelers are tough. I mean, the Steelers represent hardcore blue-collar ball. So, and we got to go up into their house. So, but I still think we're tough. But damn it.
You know what, Rambo and Faithful, they are as tough as they gonna be, but we gonna go up there tougher because you know what? The last couple of years it's a fact of the matter, we have been some good road warriors. We lost a couple of them, you know what I'm saying, to Chi-Town to open the last year with the monsoon, but let the weather be right out there in Pittsburgh and Steel City. You say they work hard. The people in the Bay Area, we work hard so we could play harder. So it's going to be a heavyweight championship fight, but it's going to be about that last whistle. And by the last whistle, Faithful, I think we got the tools, we got everything we need to win this particular game. That is my particular prediction.
I do believe.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're going to be surprised by whoever's on the edges. We think we got nothing but garbage on the edges next to Nick. I'm wondering about that.
Oh, no. You know what? I think we don't have no cream in the crop like Mr. Nick Bosa.
Well,
no. It's like it's like a car dealership, like somebody said. You know what I'm saying? We know who own the cars, you know what I'm saying? We know we got rentals, you know what I'm saying? But these edge rushers are not no rentals, you know what I'm saying? These are Cadillacs and everything that can get past the tackles if they need to and get to the quarterback as strong as they at least create space so our defensive lineman can get in. You know what I'm saying? Which is important.
Oh, I agree.
You know?
And think about that for a minute, Donut. If I'm the edge rushing crew, I ain't about to go in there and let people down because Nick ain't here. Nick ain't here. All right, I got this. Most of our guys, I figure, are going to play above their head. So the Steelers' offensive line is pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah. And make no mistake about it. They put their, cleats on one click at a time, just like our players do.
Yeah.
However, you know what I'm saying? Their offensive line is no slouch. But our defensive line coach alone has a tendency of getting these guys together, you know what I'm saying, even backups when ready, you know what I'm saying?
Chris.
So if we got to rotate that side and everything just to keep that offensive lineman busy, keep them guessing and everything, that's what the hell we going to do. You know what I'm saying? Just trust let's give Steve Wilkes a couple of that's my thing. Let's give Steve Wilkes 3 games, Faithful, to prove himself, you know what I'm saying? That's the coordinator. Because if he can't call the players that need it with this squad, then we might as well do what the rest of the league do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's time to go, brother, and let's get somebody in for the rest of these games before we get too late.
Because we're going to be hollering about Deion Sanders. I figure with the next 2 years or 3, if anything goes wrong, 49ers going to go all out to get D. He's building a reputation.
And you know what? I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Because the way he got his influence alone on these young men as he go into the programs. He started off with Jacksonville about something to be talked about all of a sudden. Then he goes to to Colorado and magically does his thing with his wonderful sons. You know what I'm saying? Playing the way they play. Everybody is digging down, not just his boys, but everybody dug down for that game, Ronbo, because they understood the mission.
It'll be a movie.
And yes, indeed. So, like the last caller said, or a couple of callers before, I agree with him and I agree with you, Mr. Ronbo. He will be the talk of town for San Francisco to pick him up.
And that would do for the promotion department in San Francisco, especially the way D has gotten in there and turned it entire. That program was dead. It was over in Colorado. And look what he did. It ain't over yet. They've only played one game, but still, that was inspiring. TCU? You went in there and beat up TCU? Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And Rambo and got a spot in the rankings right after that win. You know what I'm saying? Man, that is really cool.
I'm going to watch college football a little closer this year behind D. I mean, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know what?
My man, yes, indeed.
Let's talk about our edge rushers right now. You got Cleveland Farrell, you got Kerry Hyder, you got Bennett's back, Mr. Miracle at the last minute, and of course Drake Jackson. All those guys are going to be looking. Okay, we got a chance now to make a name for ourselves. Nick ain't here. We was thought about as the backups. Let's go. I got a feeling you're going to see a fired up edge attack. I really do, and I got to make myself feel that way. Anyway,
edge rushers by committee. Edge rushers by committee, Rambo. Edge rushers by committee, baby.
And I'm going to be rushing Fred Warner. I'm going to have him charging in. I'm going to have, and you know that one, Isaiah Oliver, who looks like a waste, I'm going to have him charging in. Anybody that's got size and speed, I want you in there. And then next step, I want to scare Pickett to death.
Overwork them hogs, man. Overwork them hogs up front. That's supposed to be protecting their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Have them guessing and have our boys stunting and do what they need to do. Everything gonna be all right though, faithful.
I believe
everything gonna be good.
Dude, I refuse to believe otherwise. 49ers win this one by 7.
Yes, I say 7. I say 7 too, Ronbo. Actually, my prediction, if I want to give it early, if that's okay, will be 28-21.
28-21. Hey, Janisha.
Hey, Rambo, how you doing?
I could do better if I had Nick Bosa playing, if I had Jake Moody could kick the ball, but otherwise I'm okay.
I'd have to agree with you. That one problems, and I heard that and I was like, damn, that sounds probably about right. Damn, that sucks. But, you only got money to play with, so
I know.
You gotta figure it out.
We'll get it done. This is what the posters do. They do this to everybody.
Before we get up out of here,
right?
Yeah, before we get up out of here, Rambo, you know what I'm saying? I want to throw a special, positivity out there to everybody.
Good. We need that.
You know what I'm saying? And let y'all know the reason why that we've been gone for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Faithful, as of this past April, I have been diagnosed with acute leukemia. And went to hospital out here, got the blood work tested, and that's what the diagnosis was. But thanks to this team of UCSF Medical Center, I was able to go to the first round of chemo and everything, and everything is success. I was able to get my appetite back, get my strength back, get my stamina back. Able to do everything to get this queen back in order because she has been a beast, with the time I was there. And the next round, which is not going to be intense, faithful, is coming up next month, late next month before Halloween.
But
that should be a story of my finish line. So I got a strong fight, and I'm fighting like the 49ers defense, and I'm not going to give up, baby. I'm still here every day, still cooking.
Man is staying strong. He's staying strong, and he is getting back to what he was before he got sick. But it's been a few months, and it's been hard. But this man is strong, and he is hanging tight.
And he's gonna make it. Don't you hang in there. You don't think about anything less than top fight each and every hour of the day. You're gonna be fine. Yes.
Right. That's right, Rambo.
You're damn right.
Go get him. Tell you what, well, get back here Friday. You're 20. I know you gave him a score, but I want you back here Friday anyway. We need you there, Donut. You and Tanisha. All right?
Sounds good, Ronbo. And it's good to be back, man. We love y'all faithful. And Productions, keep doing your thing. And Ronbo, man, keep this up, man, because ever since day one until today, you already know, like Dola might say, you understand, way down in the jungle deep. The 49ers going to go to the Super Bowl and get number 6 and make everything creep, baby.
Just like that.
I got to have that stuff. Donut, Tanisha, love y'all. See you Friday, all right?
Yes, indeed. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Night, DT.
Bye.
There you go. Well, I love them too. And that's Big Show. Please give my beloved couple a shout out for Big Show to D and T. Let's see if Charles, you ready? Charles. And let's check on Michael again. Michael?
Hey, Ronbo. How's your night doing, buddy?
Michael's it's doing great. There's been some, it's a time we should all come together and try to make each other.
I'm waiting for my phone to go off. That's what I'm waiting for the alert, I thought, it's funny for that. I was on my phone. I had an alert. But it was for the tight end for the Chiefs. I thought it was for Bosa. So I'm like, oh, man, it's Kelsey that got injured. He might play. He might play for Thursday. He might not play either. I thought it was Bosa. Yeah, no, I'm praying for Bosa to come sign it soon.
Yeah.
But my friend says after week 1, I think he's going to sign. It's just a test.
It's the waiting game.
I think after Sunday's game, he's going to sign Monday morning. I think he's going to.
If we win,
I think he probably will.
If we win, the 49ers might. Nick, you know what? How about you wait another week? Just a toy with them.
Well, yeah, we're playing the Rams, but when we play the Giants, I would definitely try to get him in for the Giants. The Giants look good.
I know, I'm kidding. I want him for the Rams because you know what I want to do with the Rams, don't you? Michael, I want to just destroy the Rams. I want the Rams to be waving a white flag
quarterback alive
at the half. I want them to say, we're not coming out of the locker room. The score's already 42-0. What do you guys want from us? Come on out! Come out of that room! And bring Rudy with you.
And they don't have the Rams don't have the receivers either. The Rams don't have the receivers, so, there you go. That's good. Just play them early. Week 2, they don't have the receivers. A weak link. The Rams have nothing. What's he going to do? Throw it to Jefferson? Yeah. Jefferson, maybe? He'll throw it to Jefferson. But anybody else, run the ball. He can't run the ball. Our defense is too good. Doesn't matter if Bosa's there or not there. And I have faith with the rest. I have faith with the rest of the guys. Without Bosa, I think we'll still be fine. Well, I think this team's got too much talent behind Bosa.
Damn right.
They're all ready. Yep. And I think Hargrave's going to do good. I think he's going to do good.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to bring some of that Eagle luck over to our side.
That's what he does. He's just tough.
Yeah, I have faith. Anybody who thinks that the 49ers are going to get beat without Bosa is a negative. Don't think negative, man. Think positive. True 49er fans will think positive, not negative. We're not going to trade Bosa. Yeah, we're going to keep Bosa. We're going to sign him. Ayuk will probably go after this year. We got Bell. I'm happy for Bell. And there might be another receiver in the draft later on next year. We got a lot of draft picks to play with next year. So we'll find another couple of gems next year. There's always gems out there.
We prove that.
Yeah, we prove it. I think the Niners got the most gems, I think, in the draft. I don't know who got the most finding gems in the NFL history. I'll let to find out who got the, Niners got a couple. Patriots got a couple. One, Tom Brady. Look at the Super Bowl Tom Brady won.
You're talking about historically. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe
Jerry
Purdy
Rice
might
was
be the
the biggest gem of all time, too. I'm not thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Joe
Montana. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Charles.
Nobody didn't think of Montana out of Notre Dame. Nobody didn't think,
Well, we got a lot of Hall of
Everybody-
Famers. Yeah, look at all their draft picks. How many of them were number 1 picks?
And look who passed on Jerry Rice. Whoever passed on Jerry Rice, luckily we got him. But they must have been all thinking like, oh,
the Cowboys.
Rice.
Hey, Mike, it was
Cowboys
the
could
Cowboys.
bite themselves
They
in the
wanted
butt.
Jerry Rice. And for something went
They could
wrong,
have bite. Yeah.
and they couldn't get him. I forgot what that story goes.
Nope. Yep. Cowboys can't get him. Sorry, Cowboys. And I was, like I said, yeah.
We're going to be all
Some of
right.
my friends are going to the game Sunday. Yep.
Really?
Some of my
That's
friends
great.
are going Sunday. I told them, you need to promote Ronbo Sports on the, you need to hold a big sign, Ronbo Sports. You need
Yes.
to hold up a sign.
As I'll be laughing as I said, you know what? I was worried about this game, fam. It's already 17-3, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet. What were we worried about? Oh God, if I.
And one of my friends said you should go in the booth. One of my friends think you should go in the booth when they win and the ooh la la right on the microphone.
That'd be so much fun.
Right in Pittsburgh, get all the fans nuts. Get the fans all going crazy.
Because
Yeah.
because
No, I think
we're
we'll be
fearful of
fine.
every game, but this one because the Steelers have a tradition. I mean, they've got 6 Lombardis.
Yeah.
They're no fluke. They are tough. Thomason is a great
The running
coach.
back, the tight end,
Yeah,
the receiver.
oh.
You know, they got the match. And if Kittle doesn't play, well, you could use CMC a little bit out there.
And I don't want to see CMC hurt in the first week, though. I don't want him overused.
No, I don't want to see. No, I want to.
That
I don't
was-
want him to go crazy.
Use
No, I don't want him
juice.
to go crazy. You got to get juice. Got other guy running backs to bring out there. Mitchell. Bring Mason out there.
Oh, they're definitely going to
You know?
get some burn. But I want to know who's going to be the workhorse. Because if I got Debo, I'm just alternating between Debo and McCaffrey
I
all
think
day.
Ayuk is going to be the worst. I think Ayuk is going to go out there.
30 yards,
Him and Bell
15,
are gonna go out
20.
there. I think Bell's good. I think Bell's going to score a touchdown Sunday. I think Bell'll score a touchdown Sunday.
Do you?
I think he will.
Do you?
I think Bell will. Yeah, I think he will.
Because
watch.
he's fearless.
He's gonna be
I don't.
something.
I don't think he'd be scared either. I mean,
No,
it
he
is
doesn't
prime
care.
time.
He don't care what, It's prime time. It's going to be on TV, 1 o'clock, our time. Channel 5, 49ers. They moved the Patriots game to 4:30.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Did they flex?
Yep.
I didn't even
Yep.
know about the flex. I wasn't paying attention. The 49ers have been flexing, and they moved the Patriots out. The Patriots?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm delighted.
Yeah.
We deserve prime
And
time.
like I said, and I'm happy with Deion Sanders, how he's doing and his son's doing and everybody. I'm glad
Dynasty
all
says
those
Mason has
transfers that
injury.
he brought in from Jackson
Is he
State,
still
I'm
nursing
glad.
that injury? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then Duke won last night. Duke beat Clemson. Duke beat Clemson last night. That running back for Duke looked good yesterday.
Yeah, it's like somebody came on here and Chad said TCU was missing a lot of players. These are things that I hadn't accounted for. This is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are circumstances surrounding these what appears to be an upset. But this weekend, if we
But also
lose, we
to
already have a
injuries,
built-in
too,
excuse too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I did talk to Steve Young's brother tonight, and Steve Young was on a video call with his brother at the store with me tonight. And Steve says to me, hey, Mike, look at it. When I won the Super Bowl when you were a junior high school, keep the faith. Purdy's going to be good. You got no problem with Purdy. Trey has a better home, but we're going to win. And I told Steve, yeah, we're going to win. I told Steve Young on the video call, we're going to win.
Yeah.
I got faith. Hey, I had faith when you played, Steve. I have faith now. I'm a true-blooded 49er. I was born a Niner. I'm going to die a Niner.
And you're
Niner
one Super
coffin,
Bowl
baby.
away from being the greatest Super Bowl franchise of all time. There's a
number
cockiness
6.
that just automatically comes with that. 6-2 will be the best Super Bowl record out there. Oh God!
We'll have a big parade in San Francisco. We'll march right by the Ram Stadium and sing "Ooh la la." Oh, yeah.
Ooh la la!
That's
And
right.
Rudy, you'll have to block
Ooh,
me
la.
because I'm gonna be all over your social media every few minutes. Hey, Rudy. So I got 6. How many you got?
Yeah. Oh,
How
yeah.
many you got?
We'll march
How many you
down
got?
the
How many you
Ram
got?
Stadium with the trophy. Yep. Oh, yeah. All right.
And that thing about the last
He
30
won't
years?
see another trophy. He won't see another trophy for a long, long time. Probably another 10 years. Well, he probably won't see. Maybe he's still around. They're not going to win. They got nothing.
Well,
They're going to be like the Cardinals, man. They're falling apart like dominoes.
Well, Michael, tell you where we're going to go, and I'll see you Friday. Think about what you want to go for a
Friday
score.
with the score.
And we'll do a regular Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Friday's coming. Football's coming, guys. Get your pizzas, hot wings, and stuff. Get ready, baby. 49ers are coming in Pittsburgh.
And just make them San Francisco Wild Wings, not Buffalo.
San Francisco Wild Wings. You two have a good night, Rumble, and have a good night, 49 Empire.
You too. Night, fam. Rodney Williams says, fellow cancer survivor myself, Donut, my Niner brother, you got this, and the fam, you got your back. Rodney, that's good. That's good, fam. Appreciate that, too. Yeah, he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. I just know it. Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo.
Clarence, come on in, man. We're talking about the problem we have. Nick is still signed, but we're still hoping for a TJ Watt moment when he comes racing in the office. Boom, 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 boom. Who the hell is that? It's Nick. It's Nick. Let him in. Look, okay, I want to play. I'm not here for I told him I wanted X amount of dollars. My dad's all over me. My mom says I'm a wimp. My mom called me a wimp. And Joey says I'm ashamed. I don't care. I want to play. I want that moment. Just get that. Nick, you're going to get 31.5, 32 just to be more paid than Aaron Donald. Get in here. That's what I want to hear so bad. I'm fantasizing, but I want that. Clarence, what are you thinking?
Oh, yeah. Well, first things first, I'd like to pray for our brother Donut and Tanisha.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's good. So, Lord, pray for our brother and sister that their treatment goes well, and we do everything for the Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right.
I love it, Clarence. That's a good prayer, too. Amen.
As far as Nick Bosa, it'll get done when it gets done. We can't just,
wish it happened.
We just got to be. Unfortunately, being Niners fans, we're not patient.
I know. That's so true.
We're not. We're not patient because we got the 5 trophies.
If we were Detroit Lions fans, we'd be fine.
We expect what we expect.
Exactly.
And we are, optimistically pessimistic at times because we,
been there.
We always want it, and we want it now. And sometimes you just got to be patient. You got to just wait it out, and just be good with it. Let God do what He got. Let God do what He do. He'll take care of us in one way, shape, or form. And as far as
you gotta believe.
You gotta believe, exactly. And then at that point, it's like it's still next man up, regardless. So this gives the opportunity to Farrell, to Jackson, to
Hyder,
to all the backups to step up and let's play and let's see what can you do? What did we pay you for? Let's
and look them dead in the eye like coaches like to do. Are you here to just be a backup? Are you going to go out there and show me that you have been mistreated and abused? Are you going to show me the man that I think you are? You just get all of it. How coaches do. He's going to go out there. He's going to go nuts. Whoever it is.
Circle put that dog in him. It's like that's what they do. That's what he does. That's why he's the best defensive line coach in the league. That's why we pay that guy.
I hope he never
as much
leaves.
As some head coaches.
And I like Tom Sula back in the day too, but Kasurik is a whole other breed of dog. God, he's good.
He is. He's definitely another breed of dog. And as far as the Dion hype, I live in Colorado, as you know.
Oh.
And the hype's real. Hype's real.
I tell you.
The fact that what he did this last weekend, I can tell you for a fact that the way they played, I haven't seen play like that in the University of Colorado probably in the last 10 years maybe. So
wow.
The hype's real. Now whether or not Dion becomes an NFL head coach, he says he doesn't want to deal with the divaness of the NFL and all that.
He's great point.
He wants to train young men. That's what his quote unquote is calling. That's what the Lord has brought him to Colorado for.
And be able to recognize your calling. He's doing a great job.
Exactly. Now, saying that, definitely Shador or Travis Hunter or Mr. Edwards over there, they would definitely look good in Niners red and gold for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would love that Travis Hunter kid. That boy is no joke.
You know,
when you can play both sides at an elite level, that is crazy.
That's insane.
But,
I mean, it's like Katani in baseball. That's insane. How well he could play baseball on both sides, offense and defense.
Right.
He could take you deep in a heartbeat
Exactly.
and be in the top 10 home run hitters. And he go out there and pitch a 2-hitter. I said, Jesus Christ, he's not human. Football players, there's not that many of those. There's been a couple that came along, but they weren't that kind of successful. So if you're looking at a guy that has that kind of prowess, he could be special.
This guy's another cat. This guy's another animal. He's a dog. He's like Dion says, we don't have captains. We got dogs and we got leaders.
Gotta love it.
That's his thing, man. I love it here in Colin. I love that. Like that. He's gonna probably go. Hopefully, knock on wood, he's gonna go 2-0 after this week. He plays Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they didn't look too hot last week. But other than that, the last thing I want to say is about Moody. I think he's got to play. You know, it's like I think he had the injury, but apparently he's good to go now. Is that my understanding?
Well, Kyle said that a few days ago, and how Kyle loves to use the word confident in his sentences, and I don't know why he said that. Yeah. Because Kyle, are you serious, really? Okay, if he gets out there and that leg gets further injured, or he just misses a kick by miles, oh my God!
Then I'm gonna get mad.
Oh, let
I'm
him
gonna
heal.
get mad.
Oh.
I'm gonna get mad. And as far as salary cap and things like that, salary cap is going up. There's a lot of machinations and a lot of maneuvering that can be done to get people under the cap, get people in the cap, get what we need, and get Nick signed. It's just a matter of. I'm pretty sure it's a matter of either A, the number of years that they're trying to swindle, or B, the amount of guaranteed money. Because I think they're probably over the Aaron Donald 31 point whatever. Mm-hmm. They're probably into that 30, probably into the 32 range.
And
so
Clarence,
it's just a matter.
And by the way, Clarence, you've got Parad Marathi, who's actually reinvented math. I'm not worried about that much, really, as far as that. If the 49ers say they can sign him, they can. But Nick can't go asking for $45 and $50 million. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well, no.
So we'll see what happens.
You got to be realistic about it, please.
Yeah. All right.
You know, and it's like, you could be the highest paid non-quarterback, which would be, like I said, 32, 33 tops, I would say.
Which is a lot of quarterbacks that aren't getting paid that much.
And then just follow their name.
There you go. Clarence, we do have to go. I'm gonna see you Friday. Bring that score back and bring some more Clarence stuff. I love it.
Yes, sir. All right. Take care. God bless you guys. Be safe.
Thanks, fam. Night, Clarence.
All right. Good night.
Yes. And let's bring him in. Here is the leader of the Dragon Clan. He is Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here.
Rambo, how are you tonight?
Well, as I've been moaning and crying
about
it to the point. Yeah, I'm giving you my problems. I can't say I'm doing great. I'm saying, Nick and Jake are working me. I wanted perfection. I didn't get it this year. I don't know why I expected it. There's other teams that have worse conditions than we do. And Pop, we for the most part are a bunch of spoiled fans, but we have a right to be. I'm proud of it. I'm mad. Okay, I'm done.
Hey. No, man, no. Get it off your chest, man. Get it off your chest.
I'm gonna do my show from a sofa next time.
This just in. Honorary Proud Boy member Nick Bosa has scrubbed his Truth Social social media account of all 49er information.
No, not the Gen Z scrub. Oh, man. That
The
means this is
scrub
going to be
has
going
happened.
on for weeks.
The scrub has happened. So make no mistake about it. We are in Bosa territory. Bosa has all the leverage in the world. And yet again, the front office of the 49ers have just created a crazy situation. Error number one. John Lynch getting in front of the press and saying, "Oh, we budgeted for this."
John, what kind of budget?
Oh,
Oh.
leverage Nick Bosa. Oh, you have you? Oh, well, thanks for letting us know before we negotiate. Error number two. Vic Fangio, who was on staff last year, wanted to be the DC, because Shanahan didn't want to change the defense. We're talking Vic Fangio. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Error number three. You hire Wilkes, but Bosa's holding out. So his best player is not there.
Oh.
Wilkes has to come in and learn a whole new defensive scheme, Rambo. A whole new defensive scheme. And without his best defensive player. Error number three.
But wasn't Wilkes playing the 4-3?
Oh, that's error number four.
Yeah.
What's that?
Isn't Wilkes an advocate of the 4-3?
No, we play a wide nine.
Well, yeah, then there's that.
Wide nine.
That's a variation, though.
The wide nine is typically a pass defense formation that we use on first down.
I know.
Because our defensive line is so talented.
That we
are the only team in the league that's been able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, it's not that. It's basically we're going to have a wide, both of your ends are outside tackles, big gaps in the middle, and you have two tall defensive tackles with long arms to take up the space. And what that does is that gives you the ability to rush four and drop,
And when you got talented linebackers like
that's
we got,
the scheme.
You just bait that running back to come running down
Well,
through there.
You have to look at all the variables, Ronbo. Remember, I'm a computer scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Variables that are missing is a very big variable in that nickel position, and that was Jimmy Ward. He ain't there no more.
It's
okay?
scary.
Now, mistake number 4. Again, giving more leverage.
Gonna give me more?
More leverage to Nick Bosa. The 49ers decide to cut bait. To cut bait on their project star quarterback, Trey Lance, after just 2 years. Okay? Creating a very, very negative atmosphere in San Francisco. Again, adding more leverage to Nick Bosa. I first reported to you that he was over $90 million that he wanted over 3 years guaranteed. That number is now in excess of $115 million, which will be a record for a defensive player in the NFL. Over 3 years, Rambo. That's guaranteed money. Now, guaranteed money in the NFL means that teams must put cash in escrow. You are not making payments. You have to put the full amount in an escrow account when you guarantee money.
I know.
Now, every day that goes on with a negative public sentiment in the 49ers, okay, every day that goes on is more leverage for Nick Bosa. If the 49ers lose Sunday, more leverage goes to Nick Bosa. And the Bosa boys don't play. That price tag is going to continue to go up. He is basically pricing himself out of San Francisco. Okay, that's what he's basically doing, because that's what the Bosas do. Now, right now, currently, Joey Bosa has the highest guaranteed money for a defensive player at $102 million. So obviously, his brother is going to beat that. But guess what? Do you think the Chargers feel good about that contract today?
No, because that's why they keep coming up short every year, too. Minus a few players. They
don't. They don't feel good about it.
And
the bottom line is, until the 49ers sign their players early,
instead of waiting around camp time.
Last minute.
I don't know about I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Seriously, think about it. When does the price ever go down by waiting?
I know, right?
It never
It can
goes down.
only go up because if other players sign at that same position, now you've got to meet that and get ahead of it. Why they do that, I don't know. Remember Debo, everybody got signed in the wide receiver position because everybody's smarter than us. Before Debo gets paid, let's pay this guy right now. Oh, man. I've hated that for years.
So if I was the 49ers and it's going to suck, they're going to have to get public perception on their side in regards to this deal. They're going to have to get people to say, hey, look, we have Purdy. Okay, we lost Lance, but we do have Purdy. We have our franchise guy, right? The same franchise guy that's going around 14 or undrafted in fantasy drafts. That's our franchise guy, okay? Jalen Hurts goes in the second, third, fourth round. I say second or third round. Purdy goes in round 14 or undrafted. But that's our guy, okay? The main thing moving forward is that the 49ers need to change their philosophy in dealing with their free agents. They got to stop paying good players like they're great, okay? And you got to take care of great players during the season, before you get to the off season when prices can jack up dramatically. You got to take care of these players faster.
Pop,
right?
I can't believe they don't see that. But Pop, we're going to run out of time. But I bet you they don't learn anything. And next year, when it's time to sign whomever, same thing. He'll get paid mid to late August. Oh, why? Oh, man.
They don't have to because they're quote unquote winning team. They're the second favorite in the conference. They don't have to change. But they need to change because, believe it or not, if you sign Bosa, right, and he gets injured,
then not what? Working out. I mean, if for nothing else, that. Bobby, we really got to go. Yeah, Production's going to shut us down.
Yep.
But
sorry, production. My bad.
And hopefully Friday.
Can I give a quick shout out?
Go ahead.
Quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Donut. God be with you, my brother.
Yes.
And to your wife and to your family. You know, you have prayers coming up from Nashville. And just do what the doctors tell you. You take those vitamins. You take care of your body. You pray. And you're going to beat this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Period. All right, y'all. I'm out.
Good stuff, Pop. Appreciate you, fam. Give my best to the Dragon Clan. Bam! Boom! Mama Dragon! Yeah. And see you all Friday.
Will do, man. We'll talk to you.
All right. Let's go back and see if we can catch up with Charles, see if he's connection worthy. Hey, Charles. Charles, I promised not to tease you about Luda Jr. Come on now. Demo is starting, though. Yo, hey, it's the Dark Brother.
Well, Rambo.
Yes.
Rambo, can you hear me?
I can hear you so loud and clear.
Hey, man. I've been thinking about this a lot, and
okay.
Football is a team sport, right?
Absolutely.
You got, you got to pay 53 men, on the team, right? And that's not even including all the coaching staff, right?
Yeah.
So it's a team sport, You're going to destroy this team. If you pay one man, $30 million to be a pass rusher on the defense. Let me put this into perspective for you, right? Okay, you got our starting front line offensive linemen, right? They don't even total $30 million. All of them add together. Starting offensive linemen, not even $30 million, right? If you add the starting quarterback into that,
wait a minute.
They don't even come up to $30 million.
Wow.
So you have the front starting line and the quarterback less than $30 million, right? And then on the other hand, you're going to pay one man, Nick Bosa, $30+ million a year. And if he gets injured, right, he's asking for like $100 million guaranteed money, right? If he gets injured He's going to be making more than the offensive line, starting offensive line, and the starting quarterback for sitting on the bench. And one thing we know about the Bosa, they spend about 50% of their time on any team injured, rehabbing from injury. You look at his brother Joey Bosa, right? Joey, I don't even think Joey plays 50% of his games.
Yeah, Joey's out. He's been out a lot in his career.
And all that money, I bet you the Chargers, they are regretting it, right? And then one more thing, no defensive linemen have ever been responsible for being a big part of winning the Super Bowl. If you look back at the Super Bowl, how much did Aaron Donald did during the game, right? Nothing, right?
Yeah,
how much?
Yeah,
how much
teams
did
are prepared
Khalil
for your
Mack
best
did,
defensive rusher. Yeah,
how much did Khalil Mack did when Chicago paid him all that money, right?
I know, Khalil.
Not much, huh?
I forgot about him, actually. You don't hear anything about him.
They didn't even make the playoffs. And how much did Joey Bosa did for the Chargers? Not much. He was injured most of the time last year, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
It's a scary thought. You know what you've just said, DB. This is the thing. You have to have a little bit of sympathy for the 49ers and their position in this whole matter, because if we're saying get Nick in there now, and 3 months from now we're saying where's Nick? Even if he's playing, he's not producing. We'd be sad.
The best thing for the team right now, Ronbo, is the best thing for us to do is trade him to Tampa Bay for a guy like Devin White and maybe a first-round pick next year. Devin White can be our outside rusher. He's not as good as Bosa, but he could do the job.
See,
hello.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting there tripping on the fact that I don't know, to get life without Nick suddenly. I mean, if we got another year or two and Nick start slowing down or something like that, it would be so much easier to take. But he's at the top of his game. It's still a frightening aspect.
Ronbo,
I know, but you're talking good sense, though. I do believe it. I agree with you.
Ronbo, this is how it's going to destroy the team, Ronbo, because if you look at the games last year, Eric Armstead was double teamed almost the whole season, and that was how come Bosa was so free to get all those sacks. Half of Bosa money should be going to Eric Armstead.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, to be fair, Nick was double teamed. The problem was Devon.
No, he wasn't. If you go back and watch, most of the double team went on to Eric.
Well, no, Eric did get double teamed.
He was a monster.
But Nick was not one-on-one very often. That's suicide. Yeah,
they just chipped him. All they did with Bosa, it's not double team. They chipped him. That's all. So, and then let me put it into this perspective, right? Like let's say you're a Christian McCaffrey, right? And you bust your ass doing all this work for the 49ers, right? And you win games, right?
Right.
And you're sitting there being paid $12 million a year. And then while Bosa, he does some work, right? But not as much as McCaffrey. And he's getting paid $30+ million a year. I mean, how's that going to feel? You can't be paying McCaffrey $12 million.
But at the same time, we can't underrate McCaffrey to make a point. Javon Kinlaw was the reason why that Eric Armstead got double teamed last year, because he was the only other legitimate guy on defensive line that we actually had. Emmanuel, and we had a couple of guys that platooned in and out that did a good job, and that's why they got to eat as much as they did and got big contracts like this year. Those guys aren't slouches, but they're not a Nick Bosa. And Nick, I'm telling you, DB, he was double teamed a lot and held. And to the point the refs looked like they were trying to make sure the game was on an even field or something, or even keel. I'll allow that. Oh, no hold. This hold, we'll call that hold. So
I'm just saying there's a lot of hogs on the team to be feeding. You can't be feeding one hog.
No, I agree
$30 million.
You can't give up your whole salary.
The best thing to do for the team, even for this year, for the Super Bowl run, is to trade them. That's the best thing to do. We're going to get a future pick, and we're going to get a good lineman right now.
One. If you're going to trade Nick, it better be 2 minimum picks.
2 linemen and a future pick, number 1.
Well,
that's the best thing, because you're not going to have any money left over to pay anybody.
No, I see where you're coming from with that, but I don't know that you're gonna get rid of a generational player based on the fact that you're concerned about the rest of the team's pay. I think the rest of the team, they've got it budgeted. It's not that small of a cap. Nick can get paid. He doesn't need to get paid in
You're going to have to cut
31.
Armstead. Armstead next year is coming up. You're going to have to cut Armstead then.
Well,
and then you're going to have to cut, like, who else? You're going to have to cut Ward, Tavares Ward. He's coming up.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know if we should get into in the numbers, because the fact of the matter is the numbers they are what they appear to be, only in as much as to the naked eye. Now, what happens when they manipulate those figures and move things legally in different directions, you'll get something that will smooth out a little better. So I don't know that we should be so worried about that.
Trent Williams is not going to be happy with this, Trent Williams is going to say, like, you know what? He's not playing, $10 to $15 million more than me every year. He's not playing to that higher caliber, I'm not going to be getting paid $21 million and sit there and watch both.
No, Trent's getting more than $21 million.
$10 million more.
Yeah, but Trent wants Nick Bosa to play. He doesn't care what he gets paid.
Oh, he doesn't.
No,
he doesn't. He wants to win, right?
Yeah.
He wants to win.
So
and we can't win by paying Nick Bosa $30 million. That's how you lose.
Well, we're going to see. We don't know exactly the figure, but we know Nick's waiting for what we don't know. But we're going to go. DB, some excellent points. I'll tell you, we'll look for you Friday. Bring your score and what's going to happen to us, because we ain't losing our opportunity this year.
We got to trade it on ball, Ronbo. We got to trade him. We got to do the hard. Hey, listen, we were in the same situation with DeForest Buckner. We made the hard decision with DeForest when he wanted $20 million. We got to be the same way.
That's true. I'll probably never get on the camp. I don't want to see DeForest traded, and I certainly don't want to see Nick traded. I can't get on that with you, but I understand where you come from. We got to go though, brother. Man, let me see you Friday, okay? And maybe Nick will be back.
All right.
All right, fam.
All right.
Good night.
Night.
Hey, Jalen, get in here. Jalen.
Hey, Rambo, you can hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Cardinals, y'all are relevant. That ain't my fault. The Rams, sorry as hell, but they might beat the Seahawks. How you doing, Rambo?
I love
what's going on, partner?
Yeah, I'm sitting back here and thinking.
Let me just burst a couple 49ers bubbles before I start so I can get this night started off right. Did y'all know that Kyle Shanahan has had 7 first-round picks and not one of them has received a second contract? Did y'all know that?
Jalen looks into these things. God, that's just awful.
Trey, he didn't get one. Don't think Javon Kinlaw will get one. Solomon Thomas didn't get one. Reuben Foster didn't get one. That ain't a good look, Kyle. Your first round picks got a second contract. That ain't good.
Boy, that's a brilliant point. I did not think about that. And there were some real miserable fails in them picks you just talked about too.
Yeah. Yep.
Man,
But Ronbo, how you feeling about that Steelers game without Nick Bosa?
I don't believe the Steelers can stop the 49ers offensively. Now it's going to be a high-scoring game because I don't know what we can do with their offense either. But I do not think the Steelers can stop the 49ers from scoring. I'm gonna pick them on this, Jalen. I don't know what to think.
I mean, I feel like the game could go either way. I feel like Pickett isn't. I think Brock is definitely a better athlete than Pickett.
Yeah,
I think Brock is a better athlete than people give him for. I think Brock is like a caller said it not too long, a couple of shows ago. They said that back in that game when they played Oklahoma, he actually was a better runner than Jalen Hurts that game. Rambo, he actually was.
Well, he knows
Brock
when
is
to
actually.
run.
Yeah, and Rambo, he actually, what I didn't know, Brock ran like a sub-low 4.8, Rambo. He ran like 4.8, 4.7. Patrick Mahomes ran like a 4.7. So he's more athletic than – only reason why we're not giving him points on him being athletic, let's just be real, Rambo, he ain't a brother. That's the only reason why we ain't giving him his props with his athleticism. He ain't a brother.
That's been trickled down that's 2 decades old. Is it the same like somebody said, has anybody ever seen a talented white cornerback? I says, you know what? I hadn't given that much thought, but you know what? It's uncalled for. So I'm saying you're right though, and none of the other quarterbacks.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think I think that Brock, I mean, of course, if you put them out on the track and field and put them on, like, non-football events, Trey is a better athlete than Brock. But at the NFL quarterback position, I think Brock is a better NFL athlete than Trey is. He just knows how to use his athleticism better. He can protect himself better than Trey can, Ronbo. Trey can't move behind the line of scrimmage like Brock can. He can't.
True,
he's not as quick and twitchy as Brock. He's
exactly.
Not. He's a better NFL athlete than Trey Lance. Let's just call it what it is. He's probably not a better athlete.
His 10-yard burst
is
as fast as anybody in the league, actually, from what I understand.
You talking about Brock or Trey?
Brock.
Oh, yeah. Ronbo,
when you see him out there escaping like that, that was quickness. The dude didn't have a chance.
Yeah, that guy is his athleticism is very, I feel like that's what's really flying under the radar. Like, we concerned about his arm being beat up and destroyed, when what got me convinced on Brock Purdy was how he was able to extend plays with his legs. So if he's able to still extend plays on his legs and still be mobile, he's fine. Because we have to take that into account. It wasn't just his arm that came in and we was like, okay, he's better than Jimmy. He was able to move the pocket around differently that Trey and Jimmy could not.
And get that.
So we have to look at that as well. And we have to look at his legs as well.
And don't leave out that part where people went to grab him and he just did a little lightweight move. And guys just throw his stomach out the way and they missed. I said, look, who does
Ronbo, that touchdown in the playoffs against Seattle when he hit Mitchell after he spun off of that away from that dude.
That was crazy.
Ronbo, Brock, man, Ronbo, Brock is nothing but a God-given miracle and a gift. We better be lucky that we got him. I promise you, Rambo, because if we did not have him right now, where would we be right now? As far
I don't even want to think about it.
Rambo,
last time
don't
I said,
understand.
oh no.
We just don't understand. Like we talk about how we've had a lot of bad luck with drop kicks and broken arms. But y'all, let's just be real, dog. The stars aligned and we was blessed with a franchise quarterback at the last pick in the draft. That does not happen. That does not happen, Ronbo. We got really lucky with this. We really did. Because if Brock Purdy isn't Brock Purdy, Ronbo, Jimmy's over in L.A., and we don't know what Trey's looking like right now. We don't.
I know.
So, boy, I mean, I think
if anything, Jalen, I'm a little bothered with the 49ers sending him over there because the fact of the matter is they took a pick for him, but he's about to be abused in Texas, guaranteed. When is Trey going to get on the field, Trey? I mean, Jalen, when is he going to get on the field?
Rambo, and let me be clear with something. I don't have anything against Trey Lance at all. The kid never asked to be taken at 3. Kyle Shanahan ruined that kid's career, Rambo. He did. You took a kid that was unknown at 20 years old and you pulled him on a historically respectable Super Bowl ready roster franchise and you said, hey, I know you ain't played football in a year, but you need to come in and basically play like a top 10 quarterback. Because at that time, Rambo, Jimmy Garoppolo was about 12 to 15. And 12 to 15 wasn't getting us a ring. So Trey Lance had to come in and play like 1 through 10. So you were asking a rookie that played 1 game in a year to come in and be better than Patrick Mahomes, be as good as Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and all these MVPs. That's not realistic. No. If you would have did that with Justin Fields, I would have been like, okay, he got to grasp at the NFL a little bit faster. I told you, Rambo, there's 2 things I look for when it comes to quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks. Is the game moving too fast, and do they have a team around them to where they can succeed? We have not seen Justin Fields with a good team around him, so we are yet to see if he's good or not. We have seen Trevor Lawrence with a good team around him. He's good. We saw Trey Lance with a good team around him, and he just he couldn't get it done. He couldn't get it done, Rambo.
It takes time.
I mean, Brock.
1 year.
Rambo. We can say the same thing for Brock. Rambo. Yeah. Trey had 2 games in a whole offseason ahead of Brock. Brock came in week 10. And he played amazingly. I mean, Trey had more reps than Brock at the NFL level. Am I lying?
No, that's true.
So if Trey had more NFL reps and he was a higher pick, why should I be holding a standard to him any worse than I hold for Brock? If Brock can come in and do it quick, why can I not expect for Trey to do it? If he's a higher pick and he had longer in the system.
And you'd be absolutely right. And there's no argument. But Jalen, you always do such a good job. The clock seems to just zip out on you, so it's already done. Jalen, let's see
Kings
if
of the
Friday.
West, Kyle and Nee need a 2-year rest. And Gene and Rudy can keep on crying because the San Francisco 49ers going to be the best. Let me get a Niners shout out, Rambo.
Niners!
Let's not forget y'all. Wet behind the ear. Breath smelling like Similac. Mama titty still in his mouth. Nuts ain't dropped yet. Face is bald as Mr. Clean. Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. This wasn't just some game you could catch in the local area or in your local listings. No, this was prime time, baby. Like Dion, 21. You feel me? Everybody saw this game. Solomon Grundy, the Tooth Fairy, the Sandman, Santa Claus, Jack Frost, the Easter Bunny. Jesus saw it. Mary, Joseph, all them people. Muhammad, Buddha, goddamn Thor, Odin, Anubis, got Zeus. Everybody saw it.
Damn it. We gotta go.
Enjoy that 0-17 next year, Rudy.
He just could be, too. Hey, Evan, come on in.
Ronbo.
Evan. Evan, I'm looking. Even Ian Sharp just brought up something. Watch the 49ers have us scared to death in the first half. And then all of a sudden they come out and they play a whole nother brand of football that we didn't know they had in them. This Nick Bosa thing, it's turned into a drama. We're used to that. Evan, but if you had to make a prediction right now about the Nick Bosa situation, and what are we going to do now? Are we going to win this game? So, Evan, jump on in there anywhere you want. Go ahead.
I started a GoFundMe for Nick, so he'll be all right.
For who?
For Nick Bosa.
we made that joke a couple of weeks ago, I think, too.
Why, you got everything?
Pay him. Jesus.
Yeah,
embarrassing.
He's on strike right now. He doesn't want to pay the California taxes.
Somebody just said he washed his wall down already. He did the Z.
No, I checked it. It's still up on Instagram. I don't know what other.
Maybe on Twitter.
Social media, yes. Yeah, okay. I just checked his Instagram. Everything looked.
Okay, well,
like it was still there.
But Pop, did you say that to scare me? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we'll be okay.
I do too for the first 2 or 3 weeks. I just don't want this to linger any more beyond that.
No, I mean, this whole situation, I feel like it's dividing the fans even more.
Oh God, yes. We do that every year, though, Evan. Fan dividing situations. We stay in them.
If he were to get traded, it might cause a rift in the fan base, and they might stop going to Levi's completely.
PR nightmare. 49ers had the Defensive Player of the Year, and they couldn't work out a deal with him because they were incompetent as far as negotiating. And now he's in Jacksonville. He's with the Raiders, or he's wherever, Someplace where there's another beast of an edge rusher, Detroit. Whatever you do and you send him to the wrong place, it's going to backfire 2 times. First, that we lost him, and second, here he comes with his other team. Oh, Jesus. John, see, look at this.
Yeah. And listening to Tomlin talk, man, I wish that guy was our coach.
I know that. And Tomlin was...
The way he talks is just so direct, and, the words he uses, they're so intellectual and intelligent.
And exactly
then
accurate.
Goes up there and says, and he says like and stuff and come on, you're not a college kid anymore. Like,
I mean,
be more direct with your vocabulary.
But he did paint the picture of the 49ers being just friggin' invincible.
Yeah.
And I says, man,
we'll just bring Tomlin over as the head coach and keep.
You let Kyle go up in the booth and call plays. But guys, and Tomlin, the way he was talking, it wasn't like he was a Steelers coach. He was just a man with insight and respect. And I mean, he just painted a picture. Right. I'm getting all pumped up watching him talk about my team, and we're playing his team this weekend. He didn't say anything about his guys. So, wow, that's painting a picture, Coach.
Just imagine the speech they get before a game.
Wow. Man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game, and I think hopefully with
They like to fight hard.
Hargrave and Armstead, they'll be eating up the double teams and let Jake Jackson and whoever's
Cleveland.
on the other side.
I think Cleveland's actually
eat
the
a little
front runner. Yeah. It was going to be him and Drake platooning on that right side. Kerry Hyder splashes to him. Kerry Hyder's going to get some burn inside and outside probably, though.
Yeah, and I'm kind of nervous because I feel like we're going to be blitzing a lot. And,
we are.
If Pickett or Pickens, I can't remember. I can't
Pickett.
differentiate.
They've got a Pickens.
The
He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's a big,
he's just going to throw it up in the
tough
air.
kid, too.
And, if Oliver's out there trying to cover that dude, yeah, might as well count it as.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is the one thing about those little possibilities, like you're mentioning now, Evan. I feel an ache. Oh no!
And that that split second where he has time to throw the ball is going to be the difference. And guess where we're going to be missing Nick?
And that's where Nick would have him buried below the grass if it wasn't for God. And their offensive line, I understand, is pretty good.
Yeah, they got some good guys on their offensive line. But
damn it!
Guess we'll see what happens Sunday. And knowing Nick and the 49ers, if he does sign this week, it's going to be Thursday during the Thursday night game on opening night.
He'll be sitting in the stands in Pittsburgh. He'll be sitting in the stands. The Thursday night game. That's Kansas City, Detroit. Is that game in Detroit or Kansas City?
It's probably in Kansas City because.
Can you imagine Nick sitting in the stands and the camera finds him? And that looks like Nick Bosa. So apparently Nick is not on his way to San Francisco. It's Thursday. The 49ers have already. Wait a minute. He could join us in Pittsburgh. They'll bring all this stuff.
He'll just fly straight there from Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to still believe he can't play that day though. Evan, would you trust him to come in and play after not being for having been there the whole time?
No, yeah. I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah, Nick. Glad to see you back. You're not playing this week though. I want you to get some burn.
He
might contact.
try if he's there, but I doubt it.
Nah, he can't.
Especially with how the soft tissue injuries go, and you saw what happened to Travis Kelce today. Like,
hey, whoa, I heard about.
You just never know.
What's wrong with Travis? What happened to him?
Oh,
somebody
he
mentioned that earlier.
hyperextended his knee at practice. Yeah,
he did
hyperextended his knee. And, Yeah, but they don't know how bad it is yet. They're optimistic that it's not torn as ACL.
But the guarantee's not playing this weekend. But you know what? Here's the thing.
Yeah, it's 2 days away. I mean.
Oh yeah, but I got so much respect for Mahomes. Watch this. He'll find another guy to be the tool. I mean that in the very best of ways. But the thing is,
it'll be Pacheco or someone else.
God. Well, that's their problem. We got many of our own, so.
Yeah, we got plenty of our own problems.
Anyway, you mentioned how you think things are going to work out. It's going to be a fight, and Nick's going to do what he's going to do.
I think it's either going to be, a shootout, or it's going to be a really tightly contested game, and hopefully it doesn't come down to kicking.
Ready for bed. You're getting up at 6:15. 6:15. I'm not letting off any more past 6:15.
Evan, is that you?
No, that's not me. I don't know what that is.
Okay, we got to kill that other phone. Here's the thing: if it comes down to a shootout or defensive battle, I like the 49ers in that. There's not a team in the NFL that's going to stop the 49ers offensively, even if George isn't playing his first game. You're not.
We have too many weapons.
Yeah. Debo and CMC alone, that's too much.
And I'm hoping, like the reports from camp have been good from the red zone. Purdy's been punching it in a lot. And so I noticed when we had Jimmy, we'd always stall at the red zone. We'd have to send Robbie out. So hopefully that won't be the case this year. We'll be able to put up touchdowns instead of field goals.
As long as you got CMC, that opens the door. The defense becomes particularly vulnerable. Now you've got to account for him, And that's going to leave Juwan Jennings and other people somehow to find seams a little easier. It's like we went up 10 points last year after, even with Jimmy on the field, we put up 10 extra points on the average immediately after he gets there. He makes that difference. That's what I'm saying. Any team that thinks they're going to stop the 49ers offensively now, not going to happen. So,
yeah.
And Brock looks awfully confident. I mean, he really does. So,
yeah. And what do you? I know we're almost out of time, but how do you feel about the whole mismanagement of the whole Zane Gonzalez thing? You know, we brought him in, he got hurt, and we had to pay him. And he never took one snap as a 49er.
This has become common. You know, how many years did D Ford go without any snaps and he got paid? This is what we do.
How much money are we throwing away on situations like that? Because we had to do the same thing with Taco Charlton.
Put it this way: if they were $1 bills, you could wallpaper your entire house, Evan. It's just, my God, we throw away some money.
I'm going to show up on the Levi's practice field with my Niners gear on and just get injured and see how much they cash me out.
Evan, we got to go.
All right, Ronbo.
I'll see you Friday.
Have a good night. Shout out to Donut there and the Tonys and Ellis.
Yes.
All right,
appreciate you, Evan. All right, fam. Ellis.
Shout out Evan, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ellis? I missed that. What'd you say?
I said, shout out to Evan.
Oh, yeah.
shout out to Evan.
Yeah,
much love.
There you go, Evan. All right, so here we go. Here we go. We're a few days away, and I didn't anticipate this. I thought by today we would be saying, okay, Nick got in just about the seat of his pants. I do not want him playing. If he does play, he's on a pitch count is so tight that he ain't going to want to play. So, but it is what it is. And there's no plan B. Do you have faith in the other edge rushers? You think they can bring it this week, knowing that they need to? Because if I was them, I wouldn't want to be. Man, people could be talking about me. Man, Rambo went in there, man. He's supposed to be playing and covering for Nick. Well, get rid of him as soon as possible. I don't want to hear it, you know. So I got a feeling they're gonna be fired up. What are you thinking?
I mean, it depends on who you are, you know. If I was in this situation, I look at that as an opportunity for me to get my money up.
Damn right.
You know, because if this guy don't want, you know, I'll play. You know, these guys are playing for less of a fee, and he won't play. You know, he won't play. You know, for 29, 28, 30 mil. You know what I'm saying, a year. He wants 33. He wants 32.5. You know, it's just. You know, you got guys playing less than shit, 7-8 million a year. You know, you got guys playing on vet minimums. You know, going crazy. So if I was, you know, somebody in his position, is it Austin Bryant and whoever else is on there, Cleveland Farrell, Cleveland Farrell, and whoever else, I'll be in there like, hey, man, put me in.
Bryant's gonna be
activated
put me in, this
coach.
Week too, probably. I forgot about him.
Yeah,
I like him. He plays a little reckless. You know, he might get flags, but he is in there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead. I feel better already.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a damn shame that we're getting this kind of a situation. And if John Lynch said that he, you know, budgeted for it, maybe they under budgeted for what they was expecting. That was before, you know, Nick Bosa got the, you know, defensive player of the year and you know, all that other stuff, and you know, so the ticket went up.
But also, there's no way they said less than 28. TJ gets 28. There's no way they said less than 28.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it's probably the guaranteed money that's the hold up. If I'm the way that I'm looking at it is the guaranteed money. He's been seeing all these other guys get all this guaranteed money. I mean, Odell Beckham got hella guaranteed money, and shit, he's torn his ACL 2-3 seasons in a row.
I know, right?
You know, so these guys are.
You got Massage Boy over in Cleveland. You know, I don't understand. The owners ought to stop with this.
You got Kyler Murray. You know, you got Kyler Murray.
Tours in Europe.
You know, the Xbox or the
the PS5 champion. You know.
So we can't blame Nick for the position he's taken on this matter, can we? You know, we really can't. Just for the examples you just set. God.
Yeah. Well, it's just you know, we're on the receiving end of the
pain
as far as the butt of the jokes and getting dragged on like this. So it's not ideal for us to be having to go through this with you know, a star player like Nick. I personally though, I think they're going to get it done. Do I think it's worth retaining Nick Bosa and compromising, you know, 2-3 other star players within the next season or 2 or 3? Depends on how many of those players we're talking about and who those players are.
Yeah, because some people should know they ain't got no right to be asking for Bosa-type money or deals anyway. But, you know, it does set a precedent.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, the cap's supposed to be going up. They can move some money around. They can extend some guys.
Oh, yeah, they can.
You know, there was some guy who drew up a real nice a scenario where they could, you know, restructure, you know, Dre Greenlaw, and I don't know if it was Tarvarius Ward and somebody else so they could free up, you know, I don't know if it was 20-something million, and then if they restructured George or somebody else, then we could get up to like 42 million. I mean, there's some things we can do. I just, you know, if our plans aren't keeping Brandon Ayuk and we're just gonna, you know, continue to ride it out, you know, we won't have Juszczyk, we won't retain Ayuk. Jawan Jennings will likely be gone, but we keep the rest of the guys, and we can just kind of, load up in the draft or whatever. Then, I mean, okay, go ahead. Just, you know, I mean, but the minute he gets hurt, you know, then it's like he was never here to be. It's like we traded him anyway because his ass ain't gonna be playing. Not saying that that's what I want for him, but you know, another thing, yeah, and we got the worst. You know, we got some of the worst fucking luck in the NFL. I'm just gonna say
right? It is so true.
You know.
Anything can go. I mean, Murphy's riding us all the way.
We lost Raheem Mostert. We lost Raheem Mostert and Nick Bosa in the same game. You know, and I think one of them or both of them was for the season, and then I think Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt too. I think that was that Jets game.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That was a couple of seasons ago, but
it
I'm
still
just saying
happens.
we really don't know. We really don't know. That's a lot of money to be putting into one guy like that, not knowing really what the future is going to hold. And I mean, shit, he plays just one position. If he played 2, 3, 4 positions at a high level, then, you know, we don't have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just touching on that young guy playing for Dion, you know, that's my stepson I was telling you about a few years ago. He got signed he got a full ride to Eastern Washington. He's playing right now. He plays quarterback. He plays safety. He can play corner. He plays special teams. They got him taking snaps at running back. I mean, he's doing all kind of shit right now. So I told him, get every piece of burn that you can get because you're worth more when you can do a multitude of things at a high level. So don't get discouraged because his primary position has been quarterback since he was in Pop Warner. But now that he's got there, he's behind a guy or two. But they want him on the field because, you know, he could throw the ball better than the guys that are in front of him. But they're just a little bit taller. But his dynamics, what he's able to do, you know, when you can only play 1, 2 positions or just one position only versus a guy that can play 4 or 5 positions at a high level, you know what I'm saying? You become more of an asset, man. And that guy that's playing right out there with Dion, I mean, you know, they talk about him being a Heisman Trophy winner, and you know he could go in the first round if he continues to play at that level. Guys got to start being able to do more, man. If you want money like that, you got to be able to do more shit than that, man.
And they should know
Nick
that.
Bosa gets neutralized. Ronbo, when he gets double, triple teamed, Nick Bosa damn near disappears. He didn't do shit in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he did.
He's just on the field. They had to account for him at a minimum, but he wasn't making no noise. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I love what he's done for us. He has gotten damn near almost 30 sacks in the last couple of seasons. I mean, these are astounding numbers. You know what I'm saying? He's a great player, superb and superior player. But all of that money, it better be worth it. And they better be thinking, John, y'all better be calculating for years to come who you guys aren't planning on re-signing. You know, is this the last year of Brandon Ayuk? We don't really know. It could potentially be. Jawan's going to be gone. Juszczyk will likely be gone.
We shouldn't put ourselves with suffering early on that because it's going to be bad enough. But else we got to go.
Yeah.
And I want to look for you Friday.
Man, look, Ronbo, look, man. Jalen, you talk way too much shit about Trey. You talking about you don't have no problem with him, but you contradict yourself, kid. You turn around and you start talking about Trey. You say, "Oh, I don't got Kyle's the one that ruined his career and all this other shit." But then you start trying to compare him and Brock. Brock started 4 years in college. Trey played 1 fucking year in college. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to put yourself in that position and think a little more logically. You sound like the others, and what I mean the others, you sound like the others. So I need you to bring it down, my brother, and get your shit together, and quit talking about somebody that ain't even on our team no more. You know what I mean? Leave that boy alone, because when he start balling out, then you're gonna be over there, you're gonna be over there having to borrow hats from Rambo so you can eat them.
And I got plenty.
Rambo, I've been telling Rambo's Mr. I'm gonna eat this hat. You're gonna be eating Rambo's hats.
I'm gonna make that hat eating offer to Rudy some point too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Shout out to the squad.
We're gonna saute that MF. We're gonna saute that thing
onions,
for you.
Some garlic in it, maybe a little cilantro, and wait, it'll be good.
Hi, Rambo.
Who is this? Who is that? Z.
Zamari.
Yeah, Zamari. Hi, Zamari. How you doing?
Good night.
Good night, Zamari. Adorable. Well, and don't your stepson. Don't let him be a cowboy. I'll talk to you Friday. Shout out to the rest of the squad too. But and we'll go back and search for Charles and see if he's. Hey, Charles. Yeah, I think Charles is seriously not available because he's never had that much problem connecting. All right. Yeah, you know what? I just. Hey, Bryant, who's also a no trade Nick please person. Bryant.
Hey, Rambo, how are you tonight?
I'm nervous. I really am. And I was hoping I wouldn't be. I was hoping. Bryant, I'm going to stop expecting that, though. But it's been for the last 3 years, we've had these nerve-wracking situations going on into the season by usually close to week 1. From next year, I don't care if all hell breaks loose, I'm not going to overreact. This is serious, though. Nick is not here, and it's week 1. But what are you thinking?
No, you have all rights to overreact and feel the way you want to feel. Every year, like sometimes we get a little bit more passionate about some fans, players and other players, and we want to see them do good. And when they're not out there or they're not contributing, and then, it's the noise. You might I like Jake Moody, right? But now everybody's saying Jake Moody's booty. I'm like, wait, just because that rhymes, that's not right.
I hate to laugh.
They're already writing them off. Rombo, he had 2 preseason games, not even real games, and he's a bust already. So I got to ignore some people sometimes, and
try not to laugh.
Your other caller just now, Ellis and whatever whatever they got going on. I mean, you guys should get a space or something and talk that out because. At this point, Trey's not on the team anymore, but if you're super passionate and you want to go out and defend him like that, then you obviously have some feelings towards the guy, and the other guy's just telling his point. But that's what it is. It's noise, right? And it's someone else's opinion. And, this is why this show is like this. It's a bad show. It's a great show, but this is why you have this. You have it so people can come in and tell their side of the
all through the chat.
Not necessarily I mean, I don't think you want to set it up where people are attacking each other, but this is why people call in so they can say, hey, I'm a 49er fan, and this is what I think's going on. Tonight I've heard people say they want to trade Nick Bosa. Okay, why? And what's that going to do to help us this year? Seriously, is there another player coming out of the draft anytime soon that looks like Nick Bosa?
See, this is my concern. That's what I worry about. I want Is there another Nick Bosa? I'll go get him.
There's not. There's not another Debo. But you know what there is? There is another Ayuk. Okay, and I know people don't like that because he's a fan favorite, but if they have to let Ayuk go next year, that's okay, right? There's going to be another wide receiver. We already have one, Ronnie Bell. And then, Juice, everybody loves Juice, right? Some people don't like him because they don't like how much he gets paid.
And
but that's not your problem, that he's overpaid or you think he's overpaid. Every time he's out there, I see him making catches and scoring touchdowns and blocking and playing like 3 different positions, right? Because we were just talking about that. We want players to be versatile, right?
Yes.
Juice is a good blocker, a good tight end, a good fullback, a good receiver, a good rushing.
And he does all those things well.
Come on. So, but he's overpaid, right? So, Debo's got the bag.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Of course, no. But that's and I'm not attacking you or anyone.
No, I know
that's
what you mean.
just the noise about him, right?
I was just adding on to the agreement. Yeah.
It's like Debo last year. He come in, got paid, come in out of shape, overweight, got hurt, and people want to sit back and be like, "Oh, he didn't get to play with Trey." No, he didn't. And when he did, he wasn't very good because, again, so now they're saying the same thing with Nick Bosa. He's going to come in and he could have a small injury tear or some kind of, what is it? Tissue.
Soft tissue.
Sensitive tissue. Yeah, soft tissue. Okay, that could happen. And if you don't pay him, he could go to another team and the same thing could happen. Or you could pay him and it wouldn't happen, or it doesn't happen, right? How about you pay Nick Bosa and then something happens to Armstead, or it happens to Ayuk? I mean, is that karma? It's random, right? It's football. People get hurt out there. Or how about Nick Bosa gets on the plane and doesn't, it just doesn't make it to Santa Clara? Oh, but then what? That's a big waste? No. And Rambo, it's not about the money. It's about the team winning. If we spend every bit of money that we have this cap, and we win the Super Bowl, who's complaining?
Nobody. And even the worst people.
No, there'll be people. There'll definitely be people out there complaining. I know they will. Oh, we didn't win it with this guy, or then you're not really a fan. You want the team to win, then you're not going to.
Corrected.
You can be critical of the team, and you can have your opinion and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the team's going to do what they want to do. We can't stop that. Yeah. And somebody said something about Zane Gonzalez and about how much we paid him. Didn't we get him for free from Carolina?
Was it a trade involved? He had to get paid something. Well, they gave him a settlement to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
And because he got cut today and somebody else got cut today, we got $2 more million that could go to Bosa. So I'm thinking Ronbo, he's going to get signed here soon. I don't think he's going to hold out. If he holds out,
not all the way to week
8.
I don't see that.
If he does, right?
Yeah.
Can't the Niners somehow franchise tag him? Franchise it again?
No, his contract hasn't expired. If he was
exactly.
Yeah.
We got him for the next 3 years. If he wants to really play rough, he won't be playing. He can just be on our roster and sit out for 3 years. Okay.
There's no way he's going to do that. There'd be bad vibes with him in the 49ers, but he ain't leaving. He can't leave. We own him.
No, we totally have him right now under contract. And if you ever checked out Jason Hurley, he's on Twitter and he has a 49ers web zone. It's 49ers cap.
He posted up something today I was involved in.
Yeah. But he's really, really intelligent, and he goes through the Niners cap. He's the guy with the numbers. And if you listen to Jason Hurley, he can tell you the Niners can afford Bosa. We can afford Bosa, and we can keep all of our fan favorites. But at the end of the day, if we pay these guys and they get hurt, it doesn't matter if we like them as fans or not. We need people on the field that can play, right?
Absolutely. The 49ers, when they talk about their A-listers, they know you're not an A-lister. Yeah, you're probably affordable to leave. But no, they're going to keep all the guys they have to keep. And that's why I'm saying, you know how to manipulate. Dark Brother, that's what I was trying to tell you. The 49ers know where they're going with what they're doing. They're not unorganized like the Rams are. Well, let's just go for broke. Oh, we got it. They got lucky and they got the Super Bowl. Okay. And then the next year, they've turned to poo-poo. And they went 5-12 last year. I look for them to go 4-13 this year. They are in deep trouble now, worse than last year. How are you going to do better? So that's what I'm saying. The 49ers seem to be building that team to sustain some kind of level of competitiveness. And I give Pete Carroll, and you know what? I tell you right now, I give Pete Carroll and the Seahawks, I hate them, but I have to give them, I got to applaud them. They're still competing. Damn it.
He's like 73 years old. And he's probably one of the top 5 coaches in the league right now.
Right. And the organization
and that's,
feels a good, decent team most of the time.
Almost every year he's in the playoffs, since he's in Seattle. But
Amazing.
Rambo, this is just getting silly. But this is going to get fined. We can retain the players that we can, want to stay here. I can't speak for other people's pocket, but if you win the Super Bowl this year, isn't that a little bit nicer, a little bit more of an incentive to come back next year and maybe take a pay cut and win a ring again?
I mean, other guys.
There's only so much money out there that you can make, sure. But if you can win a Super Bowl, they can't take that from you.
I mean, endorsements and all.
Maybe us as fans put more stock into the Super Bowl than, and like winning the Super Bowl than the players do. But I don't believe that. I see grown man cry on the side field when, we lose and stuff. And me too,
Well, we got to stop.
All right, Ronbo. Thanks for having me on, man. I hope I brought a little bit more positivity. Right. Everybody just remember, Bosa's coming. You guys just remember.
And remember,
we'll be the 49ers today or tomorrow or next year. We'll still be the 49ers.
And check out Bryant. He's got content running. As you can tell, he's entertaining. Just type in BRYANT. You'll see it. Bryant Culp running content. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Bryant, appreciate you, fam. Talk to you in a minute. It's Chill Pill's other kid, Thomas.
No. Hey, Rambo, do you mind?
I'm telling you, you were very comforting last time, and we're still in that same hole with no flashlight and it's dark.
Yeah. Do you mind coming back to me on the next call, actually?
We can do that. All right.
All right. I'll be ready in just a couple minutes.
No problem. And hey,
thanks,
Tony.
Rambo.
Tony. Come on in.
What's up, Rambo? How you?
Tony, I'm still like I was just the other day. I'm not feeling too good. Nervousness now. I said 2-3 weeks ago we were having fun, just talking about everything. And you know what, guys? Enjoy these next few weeks as we're about to hit up all the season. You know what that means? Here comes the nerves. Here comes the anxiety. After the game, if things don't go the way you want them, then you've got now that added stress. We love doing this. That's why we get involved every year with football. But we know what's coming. So as I'm saying, here we go. And Nick Bosa has not signed. And Jake Moody, I just found out his new nickname. Jake Moody is Booty. I hate that. Who came up with that? That's just disgusting. But it's funny. But he'll be all right.
Report, though, that 4 big-name signings, but the signings, no details were disclosed. It's supposed to be Nick Bosa, Joe Burrow, Chris Jones, and Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson got signed.
On the table.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I saw that one on my notification. You heard something about Nick?
Yeah. There's a deal on the table.
I could have sworn that was on there. Yeah, I saw Jefferson. Who else is on that list?
Chris Jones and Joe Burrow.
Can you imagine? Chris Jones, I ain't playing until week 8. And go ahead, we'll wait. And see, this you got to call your bluffs. I remember Dak, and I thought Jerry Jones was playing games and calling all his buddies into the office. They was in there laughing and joking about Dak asking for $40 million. And a few minutes later, they gave it to him.
That's all right, because you don't produce. You take it away from him.
Yeah, well, yeah. You embarrass yourself if you don't. Oh, by the way, Tony, I was watching Good Morning Football, and I thought about you as Jackie. I think she's Jackie. Yeah, Jackie picked the Falcons to win the NFC South.
Yeah. I think the Aints will be battling for a wild card spot, just like Seattle, just like Detroit.
Yeah. A couple people picked them.
Telling people not sleep on Green Bay, man. Green Bay has all those former first-round picks and all pros back on defense. Green Bay's going to be good.
See, and Kyle picked the Bears to win that division. I started laughing. Kyle, man, y'all got together and came up with a scenario of all 4 of you. All right, who are you going to take? Because we're going to make this interesting. We can't all agree. And Kyle comes in. I pick, first of all, let's go out to the NFC West. No, he goes, let's go out to the NFC East and I'm picking, and of course, Kyle put up there. He put. It wasn't the Eagles or Cowboys, or was it the Cowboys? I think it was the Cowboys. Yeah, that's what it was. And then he picked the Cowboys, and also he picked the Seahawks to win the NFC West, and the Bears to win the North. I said, Kyle, you know better than that. Oh, come on. The Bears aren't going to win that division. I told you the Bears are going to win that division.
No, the Green Bay's going to win that division. Green Bay got 3 former first rounders on their 3-4 linebackers, and the fourth person was former Falcons 4th round pick Devondre Campbell, who's a 2-time All-Pro after he left up, and he moved inside.
So you guys need to stop. I mean, we know this is for show purposes, and you guys couldn't stand up there and everybody agree. Jackie picked the San Francisco 49ers. I stopped watching that point because they were bothering me. Anytime I watch shows where they're doing choices like that, I can only watch for so long. I said, "What? Explain that!" I'm yelling at them. Explain that! What are you talking about? What does that mean? How did you come to that conclusion? I don't want to go through all that, so I just give it up. But yeah,
Texas boy said in the chat earlier tonight that the 49ers are finished. I said, Texas boy, you don't know what you're talking about.
He wishes.
You listen to the hype.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You know, the team is more than just Nick Bosa. I mean, we loved it. We're a better team with him, of course, but we can still play. I mean, you know.
Yep.
So he needs to worry about Dak. Texas boy, and I saw him. He's on here blocking people. There's somebody's name starts with a J. They were going back for. I said, Texas boy, why do you come in to block people? Just if it's too hot up in here, then why bother to come in?
Because he can dish it out, but he can't take it. Sign of weakness. And I hope you hear me, Texas boy. Everybody knows that you are weak when you block people. That's a sign of weakness on your part.
Oh, yeah, that was Jimbo. And that was Jimbo. Jimbo, he claimed Jimbo left because he couldn't take it. Jimbo came back. You guys kill me. The chat in itself is entertainment, watching the going back and forth. Yeah. but tell me, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Tell me about the Falcons now, because I'm listening to Jackie explain why she believes you guys have made some huge strides on defense, and the offense has never been a problem. Talk about that for a second, will you?
Our defense, when you got to start defensive line of Calais Campbell, David Omanyata, who used to be with the Aints, and Grady Jarrett on your 3-4 defensive line. That's a very good 3-4 defensive line. Then your linebackers, we got a rotation of 4 for outside linebackers: Bud Dupree, Arnold Ebiketie, who was a 2nd-round pick out of Penn State. He came after Micah Parsons. Then we got that kid, D'Angelo Malone out of Western Kentucky, who was the Senior Bowl MVP 2 years ago. And we got him in the 3rd round. And we got Lorenzo Carter. Those are our 4 outside linebackers. And then inside, we got Caden Ellis, a free agency from the Aints, and Troy Anderson, RoboCop, the one that blocked that punt against the Rams.
I like that.
Rambo, that dude's going to make the Pro Bowl. Troy Anderson, watch.
All right, because it'll be fun to watch you guys take the Saints out. Because, Tony, and this is something I've gotten flack about from some people, not everybody, but Derek Carr. I always wonder about these cases where they say, well, Derek Carr's with the Saints now. You can expect him to go to the next level. Next level of what? Let me ask this question. Derek Carr was with the Raiders for how long? And how many playoffs did he get into? How many did he win? Guys, why is he going to be just dropped from one place to another and all of a sudden he's just going to go nuts? I don't get it. Nobody can really explain that.
Derek Carr find out in the NFC, defensive lines are going to be coming after him. We're coming after him.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He's going to be spending a lot of time. Well, you know what, though? The Aints got one of the best offensive lines in football, though. And I've always said that. So,
well, yeah,
they might keep him up right.
The thing is, I didn't see Derek getting sacked that much in Oakland, or should I say Raiders, during the time when they were doing well. I seen some mistakes being made, some INTs and things like that, just like every other quarterback that's supposedly great. And so I'm saying, okay, well, that's going to be a race now. He's got experience and everything. And I don't have anything against Derek Carr, but I'm wondering, how is he all of a sudden, just because he goes to the Saints, becomes so much better than he was. And in fact, does he have? I got Darren Waller. I got the kid that had the accident, one of the fastest kids, deep threat in the league. I've got a lot of great weapons out here, and I'm still getting beat. Okay, now see, is this weaponry got all that much better with the Saints?
I like y'all defensive line, the interchangeable parts, though. Y'all, the way y'all's rotation is, y'all got some dogs.
Defensive line?
It ain't even starting.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't even starting.
That's why I'm saying the Steelers are not going to get away with, if anybody thinks the Steelers are going to run buck wild on the 49ers, that's not going to happen. What I do see, though, is the Steelers struggling trying to stop the 49ers offense. That offense is really frightening. And usually how you feel about your own team as far as the offense goes, you're always a little skeptical, you're always a little stand-backish. This is the first year I said, my God, how do you stop that offense? That's a lot of weapons. And all of them are extremely talented in what they do.
I can see that game going 16-13 because of the defense.
Yeah, But, man.
And Texas boy talking about why is a Falcons fan on the phone? Why is a Cowboys fan?
Texas boy, you can call in here. We nobody said it's like that guy that comes to Instagram all the time. Yeah, you guys won't let me call on in there. I'm production lets whoever they want in, and unless it says something in your info that says this is a troll coming in to talk trash from LA, we don't know.
He's not calling in. Rambo, Texas boy's not.
He called in once a long time ago, real long time ago. And I forgot
really?
What he was talking about. It's been years. Well, yeah.
Oh, he just unblocked me because I've been blocked for now. I can see it on my phone and on the computer.
Because
he unblocked me.
It makes you look like a coward to keep blocking people. That means you can't handle it. Anyway, Tony, we gotta go. I'm gonna look for you Friday, and if you got time, and we get ready for both our weekends. Anyway, see what's gonna happen.
I'm hoping y'all get this Nick deal done, man. I don't know what the hold up is. I hope there is a deal on the table, like on that published report I heard. I hope it gets done. Y'all need to get that done.
We really do. It's just don't want to go in with scars all over you before the season even starts. All right, Tony.
And Texas boy, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving you a shout out. I'm not doing it. You're trash.
You already did. Tony, you mentioned his
name. Have a good night.
You too. Yep. Night, Tony.
Have a good night.
Oh, God. Hey, and Thomas should be ready by now. Thomas.
Yeah, I'm ready, Ronbo. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Thomas, it's no problem because you bring refreshing blue skies and sunshine, whereas Big Show comes in, turns the lights out every time he comes in. Show's one of my favorite people, too, though. He is mean at what he does, though.
You have a soft heart, sir. I know last time I was calling in here, trying to play, a little bit nice because I was just getting kind of tired of hearing all the negative rhetoric being thrown around and, just the absolute, I don't know what you call it. Everybody's acting like the exact opposite of being faithful.
No, it's called negativity.
Right around the corner. It's about to.
Thomas, we do this because we enjoy it. Why come in and make it worse for yourself? That's why whenever people say, Ronbo, you live in a fantasy world. I said, you know what? It's not as much fantasy. I'm not coming in here to be miserable. If I want to support my team, whether you appreciate it or not is one thing. But I'm still not going to sit around and worry to myself to death because the team is having some issues. Every team does.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people enjoy being negative because it gives them attention, and so that's their way of getting attention, whatever. It's just kind of annoying to hear because you want to be part of this fan club. You're supposed to be faithful, so why don't you actually show some faith in your team once in a while? As I mentioned last time I called in, this team really, as of right now, only has like two big holes in it right now, and it's that Nick Bosa spot and the kicking spot. Aside from that,
we all agree.
Yeah, we have a phenomenal team. So,
they're
act like some faithful fucking fans and get ready for the season.
I think.
Yeah, but this time,
Thomas, do you agree though? Is Jake Booty going to stop being Booty? I really do think so. I think it's because we have 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, it's ironic that you asked that question, Ronbo, because this time I'm calling in to kind of rain on your parade, and now I'm going to bring some negativity myself. I'm going to take a chapter out of Big Show's book.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. Whenever he calls in, it's just in my head. I'm just like, oh, it's time for the Big Ted show. And then I ask myself, why is he crying every time? I mean, I bet you he cries when we win. And then somebody said on one of the shows, mentioned the fact that he's a millennial. I was like, oh, ding, that makes sense. That's why, because those kids are pretty much born on antidepressants. They come out of the womb with antidepressants.
I mean,
So
Show, he plays his part so well. He's
there's no
like
making
you're looking
him
out the
happy.
window, and Show's got a bucket of black paint, and he's painting the window in. Show, what are you doing to my window? Come on!
He took a 3 or 4 minute phone call a couple days ago just to explain to everybody how he describes himself as cautiously optimistic. No, bro. There's a difference between being a realistic, having realistic expectations with your team and just being flat out negative. Anyways, moving on. I'm tired of talking about the same old crap. On to Nick Bosa. I've been saying, this team is much better with him, of course, and I'm looking forward to him coming back. I think it'll get done, and I'm optimistic that it will get done because of everything I'm seeing. The Niners, it seems like they are putting forth a lot of time and effort to get him back, and he's just not satisfied with what they're offering him. So I do believe it'll get done, but on the flip side of that, I am getting kind of annoyed with the process in itself. The amount of people that they've been okay with letting go in the past or walking away from. Now, I know he's a phenomenal player, defensive player of the year. I get that. Is he going to retire as the best defensive end ever? Probably not. But, I'm sure he's going to have, if he stays healthy, could have a Hall of Fame career. And from what I'm hearing is that, as to what Tony was just saying, I just called in, I've been hearing all day long that the Niners have a record deal on the table, but that he's not satisfied with it because it still doesn't make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. And that's what he's not looking to be the highest paid defensive end. He wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback is what I'm hearing. And that's why he's still not satisfied with whatever we're offering.
I can't believe he'd be
and I
that
just don't
petty.
believe.
How?
I can. He's a Bosa. And I knew this was going to happen the day we drafted him. Now he's great, and he makes the team so much better. But one man is not the reason why we win and lose. Now, he does play a big part, but I know if Kyle and Shanahan, Jed, and John Lynch grew a pair and decided, to not give in to this kid and let him walk all over them, decided to make a business decision with him, we could get a ton in return for this kid and save a ton of money to keep the team together for many years to come.
And that sounds like
getting
what
to
he'd
that
be
point
pushing
where I'm getting
for
kind
if
of
he's doing
fed
that.
up with them.
Listen, Thomas, just offhand, I don't know if you know, what is the highest paid player that's not a quarterback? What does he get paid?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember receivers like Devontae Adams. I want to say Stephon Diggs getting over $100 million, something crazy. I think a couple years back.
That opens up a whole new avenue that I wasn't aware of. Now, if that's the case, Bosa's out of here. Because what you're talking about, a wide receiver, there's been a couple that you said that have gotten paid incredible money. There's offensive linemen that have recently gotten paid, maybe not that kind of money, but defensive edge rushers traditionally get the most money after the quarterback anyway, I think.
Right. I don't know. I'm putting myself kind of in both shoes. And it's like a lot of people have said, you're getting enough money easily to live comfortably on for the rest of your life. You have nothing to worry about. At this point, all you're crying about is your status. And if you're that selfish, then you're not really a team player. No. All right. But also, I'm putting myself in the position from a business side of it. If I'm John Lynch and sitting in Parag and I'm sitting in the office kind of, having these negotiations with his agent, I got to be communicating with them thank you for everything that you've done with this team. We are trying our hardest. The cap situation of this team and the available funds. We can't just make it, come down out of the sky, out of thin air. But you got to be able to meet us halfway, dude, because we are trying to compensate you, and you got to, at least budge a little bit and help us out. Otherwise, we do not need you to win. I mean, realistically, if they wanted to be, I forget which caller it was the other day, was called in and said, one thing his dad taught him was how to be a boss. If they really wanted to be some straight bosses about it, they could straight up tell Nick, all right, well, fine. If you don't want to cooperate, this is what I could do to you. I'm going to send you to the last place team in the AFC where you will finish your career. You'll never sniff the playoffs. You'll never sniff a ring. And we will get a shit ton of draft capital in return for you. And we'll save all that money to keep this team together. So you want to win a championship or do you want to be selfish? You know, which one is it, dude? Because I don't know. I think at this point, like, I want him on the team, but if he's not willing to put the team first, then
or at
dude,
least
like, come on.
near first. He's out there singing.
Right.
Like,
I mean, he's always got to put himself first. That's why he should put himself first, but not at the expense of everybody else on that team.
I know, right? Out there singing like Young Berg, you know? Get money! You know, the thing is, if I can't, Nick goes, you said AFC. If he went to the last AFC, you know how rough it's going to be in the AFC for the next 2 to 3 years?
Exactly.
No
exactly.
chance.
Ask Defoe if I miss Defoe. I miss the guy so much, but I wonder how fucking disappointed he is. He's playing for Indy right now.
I know, right?
Exactly. So you really want to play that game, Nick? Because, you know, like I said, if I'm in the front office, if I'm John, Parag, and Kyle, like, ultimately, you know, we make this decision. Like, you don't want to sign this contract. We could franchise tag you. I know you wouldn't like that. Next year, of course.
But they
or
don't say
we could
anything.
also trade you.
See, Thomas, that's what I'm worried about.
It's
Nick
like,
is probably sitting at home. He may not even agree with what's going on, but his dad, his brother, mom, they're like, Nick, stay out of it. Just sit still, be patient. I know.
What I don't like about it is that, what I don't like about it is that he is, of course, a phenomenal player and brings a lot to this team. But when they tell everybody flat out, we will not trade him, you are giving, he has a lot of leverage already, but you're now just giving him the rest of the leverage, and he knows you're using the word, we need him, we need him. Like,
and
we don't
seriously
need
telling the media we're not
anybody.
trading him. Thomas, we got to go.
Yeah, like.
You know what?
Yeah.
If there's offer on the table, maybe Nick mans up and says, look, I know family tradition says we don't move. Guys, this is BS. I don't need to be paid more than everybody not playing quarterback. It's just, no, let's go. I can live off of $32 million.
Fingers crossed. That's all I can
no,
say.
come on. Anyway.
But still, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, everybody, you know, show a little bit more faith, whether he's out there or not on Sunday. You know, show a little bit more faith that Purdy will be able to complete a pass, big show, his arm's not falling off. And, you know, just try and be a little more optimistic. That's all.
By the way, Thomas, Big Show has a message for you. It says, I'm not seeking attention, and I'm faithful.
I don't care what you have to say, Big
Show. This is the show tonight.
Dragon,
Jake Booty is booty, and I don't care what you. Anyway, Thomas, I'll see you Friday.
All right. Thank you for taking my call, Ronbo. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Tony in Australia, Jalen Ellis, and I'll be praying for you, Big Show.
Yeah.
Don't forget to pop your hand antidepressants.
Anyway, we'll see you Friday, Thomas. Anyway, and Joe goes, I'm the one, like I said, that's not overly optimistic, like most of our fans are. Why is it is a crime to hold our team's feet to the fire? And, no, sure. One thing you can't invalidate what Joe is saying about pretty much, I'd say at least 80% of what he's saying. There's some times I do not fully agree, but for the most part, he makes good points. We'll try Charles one more time. Hey, Charles. Oh, Charles. All right, I think Charles, yeah. Oh, fam, let's close down and get ready for Friday night. And I'm going to remain, as a show would say, cautiously optimistic that Nick Bosa is going to sign. Even as we speak, he's making arrangements to go ahead and sign, and because he can't stand missing the first game. Nick says, "Look, I'm more concerned about my numbers for Defensive Player of the Year, guys. I can't afford a game out. So let's just go ahead and get this done." And somebody else, it doesn't matter what you think, Nick. That's show. Fam, please, and thank you for the contribution tonight. Please subscribe before you leave so I can find you again when we get ready to talk 49ers football. And hit like, would you? Please. Can't wait to see you Friday. It's showdown time. Somebody said we got flexed into the late game. Did we really? I didn't know about that. I'm delighted. Anyway, see you Friday. A great night, fam. And don't forget, Jake Moody is booty. Who came up with that? Wait, there's one more here. What is that? Alex Mesa. His name is no longer the Big Show. His name now is a depression show. You're right, show. Thanks, Alex. Niners!